In every generation there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
Before I get too many followers, I just want you to know you're not gonna like it here. No. No, you might not stay around for long. And I know it. This could be your purgatory on Earth.
Wow. Yikes.
What the French, Toast?
Did you think I wouldn't find out about your little doo-doo head cootie queen?
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint licker?
I use a combination of lies, manipulation, cheating, stealing, gaslighting, bullying, insulting, and flexing.
I'm in a mood. Don't fuck off. I apologize.
And I wear my weirdy pride proudly. My weirdy title. I'm a weirdy.
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
we got to be careful how we're using the tools of the law in this courtroom. And I expect the parties to use common sense. Again, a stalking injunction is not a remedy for shutting down speech that a person doesn't like somebody saying about it. And it seems like that's what you're trying to do in this case.
And law and crime.
I get on the ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
Do you like what you see? Judge me in the comments as fast as you can. Judge me, judge me, judge me.
Who am I? And why do I exist? And who made me? And what am I expected to do with my life?
Do you get diarrhea too? Yes, I get diarrhea. My immediate reaction is, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. I use kale pectate because it works. Kale pectate stops my diarrhea. I rely on it.
If you were home alone in a dangerous situation, what would you do? If you were lost in a neighborhood and someone invited you to come in their house, would you go in? If a stranger asked you to get in or near their car, what would you do?
And everybody loves you. Hello, everyone. Thursday night. We are back. No offense, all offense with me, stand-up comedian, dopamine queen, grift reaper, and narc slayer. Did I get all my titles? I think I might have. So welcome in. Smash that like, everybody. Just know that I am very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat or the comment section, and we can just respectfully agree to disagree. It's my opinion! Also, remember, everything I say today is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You guys. Okay, so welcome. Thank you guys. As I keep moving my lives back to later, I've been a night owl lately. So I keep having to move them from the afternoon, which ideally I would like to go live in the afternoon, but now we're here and it's 6:30 my time, but wherever it is, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure, like I said, smash that like, hit that subscribe. If you want to support the channel further, you can do what Honey in the Rock did and be a member of the channel. I pinned a link in the live chat if you're interested in that. And I am updating emojis, so check them out. Please use the new emojis. Let me know if you like them. Pretty soon, they'll all be new. And then you also get members-only content, all that stuff. I also have a Patreon if you prefer that. That is there as well. You can send a super chat like Nina did. Thank you, Nina, for the first super chat of the live. I'll read your comment. It says, Jolene, let's make friendship bracelets. I do make bracelets, okay? So we totally can do that. Let's do it. Let's go all out. But Honey in the Rock says, I sent you the musical in email. Oh, yeah. We're going to start today. I've been waiting to watch this thing because it looks so freaking funny. So sound off in the live chat. Like I said, all your hopes, thoughts, dreams, and opinions. While we are live here, smash the like, hit the subscribe if you want to become a member. I told you about that. If you want to send a super chat, I told you about that. Or you can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Links in the description for that. But first things first, we're going to go over to the TheOLoPP's channel. And I also put their channel in the description, tagged it so you can go subscribe because we have a new musical on our hands. I saw that Hella and Dolly showed the JLR musical. And there's a TRICIA musical. And I couldn't be more excited. Yes. We're going to get back into dramatic readings of the TRICIA Griffith and all the things tonight as we continue to expose the scammer This little scammy McScammer said who's trying to hide right under our nose. Okay, but she's not doing that good of a job. We're gonna get back into the investigation of what happened with Beth B. TRICIA Griffith. How long has TRICIA Griffith been robbing all of us blind, allegedly? Okay, it's serious, but we also have to find levity in this world, or we all will go crazy, because some of us are just trial tourists over here.
You can say that these are public trials, but they're trial tourists. I do it for my work. I'm actually the breadwinner in my family with my husband. You know, I don't have a choice.
Hopefully you guys can hear my soundboard. That'd be funny if all this time I was playing sound effects and you're like, why does this bitch keep staring at us? We're not hearing anything. Okay.
Allegedly.
All right. So TheOLoPP, let me drop the link for this video in the live chat. I want you to go give it all the love, give it all the likes, watch it. I am premiering it for myself because I haven't watched it yet. Some of you might have already watched it, but I haven't watched it. So I'm excited. So there's the link right here. And this is Websleuths Be Me. The musical opera. Oh my god.
Jesus is just
oh my god, I gotta get ready. I gotta prepare myself.
Jesus is just alright. Oh
yeah. Jesus is just alright. Is it gonna be like Lick 'em Low Lisa level? Oh shit.
Lick 'em low, Lisa. Lick 'em low, Lisa. Pussy like pizza.
It's like my favorite song. That song deserves to win all the Grammys. Okay, are there still Grammys? I think so. Francis Farmer, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Lean Team. All right, guys, I'm sharing this, and we are going to watch TheOLoPP's video. Musical about Trisha. Trisha, this is about you. You're probably not gonna like it, but I know that we're gonna love it. All right, make myself a little smaller here. All right. Give me a thumbs up as soon as you hear the audio on this. Let's go. Oh my God, the frogs. Right away, the frogs. I'm going to try not to stop this. Don't stop this musical, Jolene. I already love it. I already love it. The frogs. Okay, shut up, Jolene. Okay, I'm going to shut up.
So I can tell a little bit about the story. I have Beth B's phone. She told me to take care of it. And you all know that I got that text message the day after she died. I can't explain it. I want somebody to explain it to me. I don't really believe it was an afterlife thing. The text said, be me, B-E space M-E. She was a researcher her adult life. Most of her adult life, she was a researcher for a major company. We started researching and we found some incredible documents thanks to Stacy. And these documents proved hardcore fraud. They are now in the hands of the authorities. And there's somebody that desperately wants that phone from me. People are saying, well, you did it. No, I didn't. It was a day after she died. Now the phones were next to each other and I was picking up my phone. I had put down her phone. I was picking up my phone. When I heard her, I had assigned to her the owl sound. It goes, and I heard that. Nobody else has that sound but her. And I about had a heart attack. And then I looked at it and it said, baby. And she had not been able to text for about 10 days. The last text I got from her was 10 days before she died. I need somebody that understands Apple phones to explain it to me. Because the experts that I've had, that I've talked to, they say they're experts. They say there's no way that what I claim happened. They're just going to. People will just accuse me of doing it. I mean, I'll take a lie detector test. I'll do whatever. I didn't do it. It scared the living crap out of me. Why would somebody pick to text me? I mean, that's if you were gonna fake one, why would you just put me? You would say something like, hey, it's me. You know I'm here, it's beautiful, you know something.
Not the DNA.
Well, we figured it out. Again, Beth B was a researcher, and I'll never forget I'm holding her phone going, research, what can I research? I don't have anything of hers to research. As I hold her phone, you know.
DMAX, Beth B, autocorrect, be me. That's really interesting. But how did the Beth B get typed in there? You know, DMAX, that is brilliant, actually. Be me, Beth B.
Why would somebody pick to text me? I mean, that's a weird thing. And if you were gonna fake one, why would you just put me? You would say something like, hey, it's me. You know I'm here, it's beautiful, you know something. Little E space
Oh my God. That was so good. What is this? Audio Slave played right after. That was so good. I loved it. I want to marry it. The Websleuths, Be Me the Musical by TheOLoPP. Oh my God. That was, and I love that it's just based on the transcript of what she said on her field trip and stuff. Oh my God, baby. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I want to marry it. That was so good, you guys. Put your frogs. That's what I need. Frog emojis. Put your frog or emojis in the chat, or if you're a member, put your Grift Reaper emojis in the chat for TheOLoPP. Well done. Well done. Holy shit. That's up there with Menards.
You save big money, you save big money when you shop Menards.
That was so good. I want to watch it again. I know that would be annoying, but I mean, it wouldn't be annoying, but I want to watch it. I just want to watch a little bit of it again. It's so good. You guys, don't be annoyed with me, or be annoyed with me. We have to, one more time, just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's so good.
So I can tell a little bit about the story. I have Beth B's phone. She told me to take care of it. And you all know that I got that text message the day after she died.
Okay, now I can stop for commentary. And you all know that I got that text message the day before she died, or the day after she died. Oh my gosh, she told me to take care of her phone. Baby.
I can't explain it. I want somebody to explain it to me. I don't really believe it was an afterlife thing. The text said, me, B-E space M-E. She was a researcher her adult life. Most of her adult life, she was a researcher for a major company. We started researching and we found some incredible documents thanks to Stacy. And these documents proved hardcore fraud. They are now in the hands of the authorities. And there's somebody that desperately wants that phone from me. People are saying well, you didn't know I didn't. It was a day after she died. Now the phones were next to each other and I was picking up my phone. I had put down her phone. I was picking up my phone. When I heard her, I had a sign to her, the owl sound. It goes, and I heard that. Nobody else has that sound but her. And I about had a heart attack. And then I looked at it and it said, baby. And she had not been able to text for about 10 days. The last text I got from her was 10 days before she died. I need somebody that understands Apple phones to explain it to me. Because the experts that I've had, that I've talked to, they say they're experts. They say there's no way that what I claim happened ever. I gotta figure it out. They're just going to. People will just accuse me of doing it. I mean, I'll take a lie detector test. I'll do whatever. I didn't do it. It scared the living crap out of me. Why would somebody pick to text me? I mean, that's a weird thing. And if you were gonna fake one, why would you just put BB? You would say something like, hey, it's me. You know I'm here, it's beautiful. You know something. Yeah, be me.
Oh, they're thinking of that.
Well, we figured it out. Again, Beth B was a researcher. And I'll never forget, I'm holding a phone going, research. What can I research? I don't have anything of hers to research. As I hold her phone, you know.
D-Max, Beth B, autocorrect, be me. That's really interesting. But how did the Beth B get typed in there? You know, D-Max, that is brilliant, actually. Be me, Beth B.
Why would somebody pick to text me? I mean, that's a weird thing. And if you were gonna fake one, why would you just put me? You would say something like, hey, it's me. You know I'm here, it's beautiful. You know something. Little E space
You guys, that was so good. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we watched it again. Perfection, perfection, perfection. Shout out to TheOLoPP, TheOLoPP on the YouTubers. Again, there is, let me share the link again in the live chat. I really want you guys to go show TheOLoPP all the love regarding this. And then also I'll put it in the description of this video so that you have a direct link not only to their channel, but to this video. The Websleuths Musical. Okay. Let me drop it here. So well done. Well done. All right. It is now officially in the description. Okay. Oh my gosh. That was good. That really got me. Okay. That got me pumped. Pump. All right. I'm just trying to pull up some more documents here that we are going to read tonight. Smash that like if you haven't already as we get into this craziness of the Websleuths.com LLC versus Patricia Arrington Griffith, filed August 1st, 2013. And this can all be found in the Harris County District Clerk, their website. I have links for that in the description of the video too. If anyone's like, you're a liar, Trisha didn't say that. Trisha didn't do that. This is what Trisha said. You can say, oh, yeah? Well, do you know how to read? And then they might say, if they support Trisha hardcore like that, they might go, no. And then you go, okay, well, first, let's teach you how to read. Okay, then we'll teach you how to Dougie. And then we'll take you over here, and it'll be a good time because you can actually see what your cult leader is doing. It's so funny because Trisha claims to hate cults, but she sure is cultivating one over there. Get it, cults? Okay, stop it, Jolene. Just stop it. Just knock it off. Knock it off. Yes, the owl sound and the beamy. It's just so good. Beehives and homicides coming in with the $5. Thank you so much. That's my opinion. Wrong sound effect, but still a great one. It says, holy shit, I just peed a little baby. The Faraday bags. I mean, don't equate to guilt. Yes. Kelly Kell on Broadway now. Thank you for the $1.99. Exactly. Flying with Annie. Thank you for becoming a member. And Mac, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that, you guys. I think we are almost back up to, just hit my knuckles. 500 members. Apologies if you hear me sniffling a lot. My allergies are acting up, but I did turn off my ceiling fan. Maybe that will help me here. And that's what we got going on. Okay, we're all caught up there. Yeah, we call her Tricky Trish, Valerie. Tricky Trish. Ella says, a cult? Where? Oh, yes. It's in Trisha's pants. All right.
It's not enough.
You're despicable.
Somewhere. It's a lot of these scammy McScammers. They have people who are willing to. I'm like, are you on payroll? Why are some of these people willing to? You see it with, I've seen it with lots of people, but right now we're seeing it obviously with Trisha. We see it with Lauren and Hidden True Crime. And then we see it with the JLR stuff. People are willing to just lose it all for someone on YouTube they haven't even met before, when the proof is right in front of them, when the accusations are right there. They're like, no. And you're like, what? It's not like do you think I never wanted Trisha to be a scammer. I didn't want her to be a trauma vulture. I didn't want her to be a tragedy pimp. I didn't want her to be a fraudster. I didn't want her to be a dry beggar. I didn't want her to be a grifter. But here we are. She made her own decisions. And now we are looking at the pattern of behavior, which is cuckoo bananas, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, let me pull this up here. And that's a long-ass exhibit. Holy shit. Okay, I don't want to look at all those exhibits here. I think we're just going to go back into reading the depo, because now we have Trisha's attorney questioning her, because Mr. Sampre, who is Susan Pruitt's attorney, he did what I thought was a great job. You killed it, sir. But Trisha's attorney, Miss Hassan, she was like, are we done yet? She constantly wanted to be done. And she sounds like Trisha as well. So in my eyes, she sounds like her. Okay, let's see. Trisha's motion here. Trisha had a motion to strike. She's like, I strike that. Get out of here. You guys are lying on me. You're lying. You liar. Okay. Oh my God, it's being such a bunghole. I just had you up. All right. Bear with me 1 second, you guys, as I pull this from my folder here. My desktop folder. Okay. Let's see.
Lick 'em up, Lisa. Lick 'em up, Lisa. Pussy like pizza.
Lick 'em all, Lisa. You moving line. Lisa. All right. Tricia Griffith's oral dep. Pulling it back up. Or do I have a better one? No. All right. Again, I'm playing all of the parts. All of the parts I am playing. Trisha has been released back to her attorney. And we're starting on, let's see. Thank you. Okay. Sampre just needed a reminder. And back to their counterclaim. Like here, boop, 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 boopity, boop, boop, boop. Like Trisha goes, dee, 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 dee. Pruitt. Okay.
Dip my dunk in between your donut.
All right, pass the witness. That's page 192. For those following along in the workbook, that's page 192. Objection form, don't answer. That's what we hear constantly from Tricia's attorney. Okay, let me blow my nose and then we're starting.
It just seems like you agreed to have a certain personality or something. For no reason. Just to make things easier for everyone. But when you think about it, I mean, how do you know if it's even you?
That's such a good question. ADHD Thoughts with the one and only Angela Chase, aka Claire Danes, from the iconic one-season wonder show, My So-Called Life. When it was canceled, I did write a letter to the network, okay? My mom said she mailed it. I don't think she did. But I was very, very upset, you guys, and I think rightfully so. Because that was an iconic show. All right. Okay, let's share this screenshot of Trisha and Stacy with the DNA. Oh, I love that TheOLoPP put the DNA there as well. And I'll try to remember to switch maybe Trisha. Switch between my Trisha's. My pictures of Trisha, but this is a good one. Stacy back there and the DNA. Oh no, I just want to come out. Zoom out. Zoom, bitch. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Okay. Objection form. Don't answer. Oh, Ricky, so great. I love it. I love it. So good. All right. Back on. Here we go. All right. Here we are. The end of page 192. Mr. Sampry will pass the witness examination. And now, Miss Hassan, and that is Trisha's attorney. And I would love to know if Miss Hassan came from Websleuths. Did Trisha poach Miss Hassan, her attorney, from Websleuths? Is this another gift? We think we got to go back and re-listen to a few things now that we know what we know. Because again, the first time we watched all of this craziness with Trisha, the field trips and all the videos before, we were watching under just pretty much a comedic eye. Not too much. It was just kind of find the silly, find the funny, jump on the bookshelf, have some fun, get crazy. And now we're still having fun and we're still getting crazy. And occasionally we're going on the bookshelf, but a more critical eye. We're picking apart things. We're putting our sleuthy sleuth, grift reaper, narc slayer goggles on to look at this. But I think that Beth B, hashtag be me, Beth B, I think Trisha admitted that Beth B might have paid for this attorney. Now, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I think so, where we talked about how I think once Trisha lost Mr. H, who was a big time donor to her, someone she could go to with her problems and dry beg about all the things that, you know, were breaking in her house and weren't going right. But really, you know, according to these people in this lawsuit, they're claiming that they believe Trisha would use the excuse of like, oh, my car's broken down. Oh, my tires. Oh, my vagina. Oh, my ovaries are killing me. Oh, you know, and really it was my roof's caving in and my vagina hurts. They think she was using it on something else, possibly gambling. Allegedly. Who knows? Because she was just going through money like crazy and borrowing from everywhere. So I think once Mr. H, who, according to the lawsuit, anywhere between $20,000 to $50,000, Trisha herself said she didn't remember that, he gave her. Now remember, Mr. H was a very generous man who was a widower. Okay, which Trisha found out. And he also was someone who gave, how Trisha kind of knew of him, as he gave a large amounts to the Travis Alexander family fund. And then I didn't know at the time. I was like, oh my God, what is that? And you guys were like, that's Jodi Arias. That's the gentleman Sheesh murdered. And I was like, oh my God. And then Trisha like, then he was on my radio show. And then Trisha admitted in her deposition that she Googled him because she thought maybe he was fraudulent. Oh yeah, the guy who's giving to the family of a murder victim is the fraudster, not you. Okay. And then once she saw he was a big dono, she was like, boom, 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 boom. in there
Allegedly.
and getting that money, and arguably money that maybe should have just kept, I don't know if he kept going to the family, but I would argue that the money that Tricia took for whatever, slot machine she was on allegedly. And again, it could be other things. That's just something that was brought up was the gambling. Could have went to more victims' families, could have went to things that actually mattered and not her dry begging and grifting. That's what I would argue. Like, wow, did you need that? Did you need this that bad? So once he figured her out, and once he went on Susan Pruitt, who is, brought this lawsuit upon Tricia, once he went over to Susan Pruitt and says, we need to protect other people from getting fleeced like she fleeced me. And he wanted to protect Websleuths. And by all, from the way it looked, Mr. H looked like, a really nice guy who wanted to help and may have had, obviously had some money. Tricia saw that, was a widower. And I'm like, oh, Tricia, she just, isn't it ironic? Don't you think how she finds the people with the money who have no families and no one else to give it to? And she just sucks onto them like a succubus. And she's like, hi, my name's Tricia. Do you need a friend who always needs help? Then I'm your girl.
All that work and what did it get me?
Why did I do it? Yes, Tricia.
They're gonna make a pretty penny, and then they're all going to hell.
All right, stop taking advantage of people, Tricia. Stop lying to people. Stop taking people's money. Go back to Petco where the pets go. All right? If this isn't working for you, if you can't make money off the Google ad revenue, if you can't make money off super chats, if you can't make money with just putting out content and people tipping you and supporting you that way, and you got to hit them up in the DMs and give them your sob stories, this isn't for you. If you have to make money on people's like horrible tragedies and then poach the people that, want to support people who have been victims of horrible tragedies, this isn't for you. You got to get another job. Okay. Just my opinion. That's my opinion.
No crying. There's no crying.
Don't cry about it. Don't do a live again with you and Stacy where you act like you're the victims, because you're not, ma'am. You're old enough to know better. You should know super better, because you're like in your 60s. That's a good age. It's a good age for a woman. God, we know everything by then. Just in my mid 40s, I feel like, damn, I'm a fucking genius. You know what? I think it's just because you stop giving as much of a shit. You're like, screw you. My tits are sweating and I'm crabby and my hormones are everywhere. So shut up. I don't care. All right, here we go. So Miss Hassan starts questioning. This is questioning in Tricia's oral deposition. Again, page 192 from her attorney. Miss Griffith, I'm going to be sassy because I think she's sassy. I only have several questions for you. Several. But because Mr. Sampry has produced so many exhibits, we're going to have to go through a couple of them. When you entered in a relationship with Miss Pruitt, not but okay. Do you believe that you fulfilled your part of the bargain that you had struck with her originally? Yes. What was that bargain? That I would teach her how to run the website. Hey, smart. In return, what was she supposed to do for you? She had a business skills that she was supposed to help me learn. Do you believe that she fulfilled part of that bargain? No! Directing your attention to the discussion about the terms of service, I'm not going to go into the exhibit. In your opinion, what happens if a member violates the terms of service? They can be banned for life, or they can be given a timeout. Given that, can an owner ever be banned for violation of terms of service? No. Can an owner ever be given a timeout for violation of terms of service? No. Did you reimburse any of the individuals that you gave money that we spoke about? Since you have been, wait for me to finish. Don't get excited. She does say, wait for me to finish. Since you've been in the partnership with Susan Pruitt since 2011 that he talked about earlier? Yes. Did you believe that under the terms of the sale and purchase agreement that the LLC owed Ed Jagger for the $1,600 approximately that you had paid prior to the LLC's formation? Then here comes Mr. Sampry, our homie. Objection form. Oh, get her. Get her.
Girl, you sturdy as hell. Speak 3 languages and I heard you.
Yes, way to go, Mr. Sampry. He got objected so many times by this Miss Hassan for farm. And now he comes back. He's like, guess what? I'm here. Form from me too. I got forms too. I got forms in different area codes. Miss Hassan goes, okay. Can I answer? Yes. The LLC did not owe Ed money. Exhibit 5, if you can find Exhibit 5, or if I can find Exhibit 5, that is, I can give you the circled part that I'm going to talk about if you're interested. Mr. Sampry says, I trust you. What a nice guy Mr. Sampry is. Miss Hassan says, in the email, on the bottom of the first paragraph from Miss Pruitt, she says, in other words, once we get the money to pay what it should, it would then reduce this figure about $515. And you will have the $8,500 to help you until you get the radio show rolling. Because remember, Tricia's doing a radio show for free at this time. I'm like, what?
We are living in the stupid era. This is the stupid era,
according to her. I don't know. I worked in radio. I don't, you know, I never saw people do radio shows for free. And I didn't even have my own show. I did like some fill-in stuff and they paid me, but I don't know. Right. How did you understand this? That the radio show was part of Websleuths. Did Websleuths Radio ever make any money? No. Was it your understanding that Websleuths would be responsible for putting advertising? Or was it, was it your understanding that Websleuths Radio would ever be responsible for putting advertising on websleuths.com? Say that again. Was it your understanding? I'm trying to get through this so fast. Dude, Miss Hassan wants to be done. She is over this. Was it ever your understanding? I'm trying to get through this so fast. That Websleuths Radio was responsible for paying for advertising on websleuths.com? No, it was not. Did Sue ever request prior to the filing of the lawsuit that you pay for advertising for either Websleuths Radio or your own personal radio show? No. And then she's going to go into Exhibit 19, and I'm having a hot flash, so I have to put my air on. So hold please, as my perimenopausal ass is like, oh my god, I need a perimenopause emoji. Ugh, God, I want to schmurder perimenopause. I'm dropping this bitch down to 71. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Trisha, don't make me do this when I'm having the sweats. Okay, when I'm having a hot flash. Oh my god. All right. You'll see me do this a lot, and it's because my neck. Did anyone ever have that thing? What's it called? Is anyone a doctor here? On the back of your head during perimenopause, where it feels like the ring of fire. I know the ring of fire when you're giving birth. I've heard of that. I didn't give birth, but I've heard of that. But it's like this. The back of your head is just on fucking fire. It's happening to me all the time. And I grab my husband Sean and I go, feel this. And he's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yes. Sucks. Yes, it's a perimena. Pause. Tanya, I love that. I love that one. I wish I gotta get a good here's your sound effect.
Hey man, is it just me? Or does it seem like America actually hates women?
America actually hates women. Yeah, a little bit. I also think that just biology hates women as well. Because good God, I want to pass all my fucking hot flashes onto any man who doesn't understand. HMX Lay says, HRT Jolene's the only thing that helped me sleep at night. Yeah, I can't sleep either. And stopped most of the hot flashes. All right, I gotta go. I've run into so many roadblocks with doctors who are willing to even do like a hormone panel. It's ridiculous. Anywho, I digress. All right. We'll just do this for a second. All right. Was it your understanding, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get through this fast. No. Exhibit 19, I have it right here. So these are This is a copy of the Chase banking account, the Websleuths.com LLC bank account record from July of 2011. Is that correct? Yes. So you have an active LLC account at that point. Yes, in July 2011. What was your understanding about how much money you could take per month?
I thought I could I could pay the bills and then take out $3,000.
When did you come to realize that was the wrong interpretation?
I don't think it was until 2013, spring of 2013.
In July 2011, were there any deposits that were made personally by you?
Yes.
How much?
There was one deposit for $600 and one deposit for $1,500.
I'm sorry, one deposit for $600 and one deposit for
$1,500.
Did you believe that you had the right to take that personal money back out of the account?
Yes.
Do you believe that the money should not be counted against any potential draw?
Yes.
Were there other months in which this happened?
I'm sure there are. We'd have to go through and look.
My question is just, Mr. Sampry asked you about your relationship or some things that Mr. H had said about you to other members. It's my recollection from your testimony that you indicated that Mr. H never shared those with you. To your knowledge, does Mr. H know that some of these documents have been produced in this case?
Yes.
What has Mr. H shared with you? What is your relationship with Mr. H right now?
We're very close.
Tricia, were you trying to bone?
I don't care. I don't care. Okay. I really don't give a
girl.
I really don't.
Were you trying to bone Mr. H? Oh, God.
We're very close.
Girl, you sturdy as hell. Speak 3 languages and I heard you read Braille.
Dip my dunk in between your donut.
We're very close. There was a time when, as he put it, he was horribly manipulated into believing things that were not true. He felt horrible about it, and he's apologized to me for it. Right now, and for the longest time, we've been very, very close. He's a dear, dear friend.
Lick 'em up, Lisa. Lick 'em up, Lisa. Pussy like pizza.
So dear that he went to Miss Pruitt and said that he was getting fleeced and wants to prevent anyone else from getting fleeced. But okay, Tricia.
And then she said, and he's very, very upset that his phone call was recorded without his permission. And he's very upset that he was manipulated and told lies to get him to say these things about me. He's not the only one.
Oh, the same way you recorded the conversations with Daphne and then admitted it on the live stream that you recorded all of your conversations with Daphne? Is that the same way?
Allegedly.
Oh, my God.
No one would want to stalk that ugly bitch.
I wonder if Daphne's going to be very upset when she finds out that you recorded all of her conversations when you and Stacy take her to court for fraud. Where is the paperwork? Where is the paperwork on this? You said it's with the police. Things are happening. Well, what? Where is it? What's going on? Okay. Anyhow. So she said, oh, he's very upset. Miss Hassan, that's all I have. I reserve the rest. Pass the witness. That's it? Geez, Miss Hassan, this lawyer wanted not even a half day. She wanted a 10-minute day. She must be perimenopausal too, because this bitch is like, I'm done. So further examination, Mr. Sampry comes back, our homie, and he says, was the money you put in July of 2011, was that a capital investment?
No, I thought it was. I was just using it as DBA, and I just put it in. That's what she said. No, she didn't say that, but she said, I just put it in. I don't even know why.
So it was just you using the account kind of as your personal account, right?
Yes.
And you realize now that probably shouldn't have been done, right?
Right.
and you realize that maybe it was a mistake to use the Websleuths account as your personal account, right? Yes. It would have been even better to have fewer withdrawals, larger amounts rather than lots of withdrawals with few amounts, right? Yes. Probably would have been a good idea. Correct? Yes. Mr. Sampry then says, I have no further questions. And that ends the oral deposition of Patricia Griffith, and all the way down. That was 204 pages we got through, you guys. Oh my God. But yeah, Tricia's attorney was like, bitch, we're done. I am so done. I am so done. Yes, I am. So let me pull. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. I know I have. I'm going to pull some of the email exhibits from the homies who are like, Trisha did us a dirt tie. I want to find Mr. H's. So Trisha's claiming, no, Mr. H, no, he likes me again. We're very close. I would like to hear from Mr. H and what Trisha actually said to him, because according to this, he said that, you know, what he brought to this lawsuit was that you're a fleecer, a swindler, and he was worried about the integrity of Websleuths and wanted to make sure that the website stayed on the up and up, thought you were mismanaging, and this is, you know, me paraphrasing, the money, and that you were poaching from people, swindling, fleecing, and he wanted to protect other people in the future from being swindled and fleeced by you. So I don't know, but Trisha she's one of those people now that I'm seeing. You're not going to get the truth from her. If it doesn't suit her narrative, she's not going to do it. She's not even going to correct herself. She still hasn't corrected herself regarding the Christina false civil stalking injunction. So she's definitely not going to correct herself when it comes to this. Okay. Let me open up this next one here and see if we can read some of these. All right.
Well, I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Let's listen to some Job's eyes when I look that up.
Wearing me out, but if you want it all right, I'll buy it, I'll buy it, I'll buy it.
Okay, let's take a look at Susan Pruitt's, the woman who bought in for $11,000 into 50% of Tricia's Websleuths.com. Let's look at a little bit of her oral depo and see what they say here. Let me see if they have any links to the actual, some of these exhibits here. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. All right. Oh, hers is short. Why is hers so short? Is this even her full oral deposition? Damn, this is much shorter. Trisha's was like 8 years long. Or is this, what is this? This is oral deposition of Susan Pruitt, July 10th, 2014. Oral deposition of Susan Pruitt, produced as a witness at the instance of the defendant and duly sworn, was taken in an above styled and numbered cause on July 10th, 2014 from 9:14 a.m. to 12:23 p.m. before Roxanne K. Smith, certified shorthand reporter. Get it, Roxy. Get it, girl. All right, let me zoom into this so that I can see it really well. Oh, God, it's amazing what happens with the Zoom, you guys. All right, so we got our stenographer. We got the plaintiff, the attorney, Mr. Sampry, what's up? And then for the defendant, Mr. William Pruitt, Demond and Hassan. So she didn't get William. She didn't get Bill. She got Hassan, it looks like. Okay. Or maybe she did get Demond for a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go to page. Where does this start? All right, page 20, Websleuths ? And then this is Susan Pruitt. I'm sure it's all throughout the emails and throughout the mod forum. She said we were equal partners in every way. And then the person asking the questions is going to be Tricia's lawyer, I believe. Can you point me to where she would have said that? Is that something you are familiar with? I'd have to find them. Emails, what she told the moderators and administrators, we were equal in every aspect. I believe she also admitted it in her admissions. The lawyer says, did you have an agreement with TRICIA GRIFFITH where you would become the sole member of Websleuths? And Susan says, no. The lawyer says, did you send Miss Griffith a copy of the public information report that you filed on behalf of Websleuths? And Susan says, I believe I did. Mr. Sampry says, Exhibit 1, right? And Mr. Demond, who is part of Hassan and Demond, says, I'm sorry, Exhibit 1. Mr. Sampry goes, okay, he's so nice. Mr. Demond said, yes, thank you for the clarification. What are the responsibilities of the manager of Websleuths? The witness says, okay. And then he says, anytime we can do that. To your knowledge, has Miss Griffith ever owned an entity that competed with Websleuths? Then here comes Mr. Sampry. Objection form. Yeah, you guys like that one? So do I. And hold on one second. Can I ask the nature of the objection for this one? Oh, Mr. Demond different from Miss Hassan. He's like, oh, I want to know the nature. Mr. Sampry says, I think it's a little vague. And Mr. Demond says, okay, I'll clarify that. Okay, bitch, I'll clarify it. No problem. All right. So do you allege that Miss Griffith ever owned an entity that competed with Websleuths? Mr. Sampry's like, no, bitch, objection form. Just on the completed part. Mr. Demond says, clarify completed. Mr. Sampry nods his head. Mr. Demond says, no problem. Do you believe that Miss Griffith ever had interests that were adverse to Websleuths, that harmed Websleuths in some way? Susan says, intentionally, no, I don't think she did. How about unintentionally? I think she has damaged Websleuths. Managing member compensation. Manager may receive compensation as determined by all members for services provided in the management of the LLC. And was this provision ever changed to your knowledge? No. Okay. Is there any amount of compensation that is listed in the regulations that will be paid to the manager? No, not that I know of. And did you cause these regulations to be drafted? Actually, let me strike that. Did you cause Mr. Pruitt, there's a Mr. Pruitt and a Miss Pruitt? Did you cause Mr. Pruitt to draft these regulations on behalf of the entity? What do you mean, did I cause? Did you ask him to draft these? Did he draft them on your behalf? Mr. Sampry says, objection form, bitch. On my behalf? No. On behalf of Websleuths, he drew them. And then the lawyer says, did you initiate the process of having these drafted? I asked him to draft them. Okay, so Miss Griffith didn't call up Mr. Pruitt and say, so that must be Susan's husband. I'm making an assumption here. And say, will you please draft these? Is that accurate? She did not call him, no. You asked him to do it. Is that correct? Yes. Did Miss Griffith ever sign a bill of sale as required by the sale and purchase agreement? No, she did not. Okay. She ever assign an interest in Websleuths to you? I believe through the sale and purchase agreement, 50%. And when did she do that? May 1st, 2011. Can you talk to me about the damages that you have personally incurred? Strike that. In your petition, there's an allegation that Miss Griffith has broken promises to you. Do you in fact believe that Miss Griffith has broken promises to you? Yes. What promises has she broken? The way the company would be run. Websleuths was always to be first. Improvements, we could never do any improvements. She led me to believe the income Websleuths needed, improvements to the website, would come out of the ad revenue first. We've been needing a second server for years. I mean, the site kept going down. Every time a big case would hit, we'd go down. Members were getting disgusted. And there was never enough money in the account. She always drained the account to do that. When we got ready to do it in April or May of last year, the account was overdrawn. And our tech had told her when he was going to be doing that and the money he would need. The money wasn't there. It was gone. We were even overdrawn. Did Websleuths require a second server before the sale and purchase agreement was signed? I'm not sure. The tech guy would have to tell you that. The problem may have started during the Anthony trial, which is right around the time we became partners. Because there were so many people hitting the site at once, it would knock us down. I know upgrades were needed, and it was never made. So on this list of promises that you allege that she's broken, have you been personally harmed by these allegedly broken promises? Oh my God, this guy's a smart ass. Mr. Demand and Hassan, you guys are petty as fuck. So have you ever been personally harmed by these allegedly broken promises? I'm getting sick and tired of your broken promises. Is that 3LW, you guys? They're going to do the 3LW song. I'm getting sick and tired of the broken promises. And then Miss Pruitt says, yes, I think so. How have you been harmed? And then this is kind of jumpy. Oh, it jumps to page 45. Did they redact some of these documents? Because it goes from, I'm reading off page 42 right now, and then it skips right to page 45. That's weird. So how have you been harmed? And then they took that out. And then it's figure out what I'm owed, ? Was her offer contingent upon what was owed? Or was it simply an offer to give you money? Mr. Sampry, objection, bitch. Form hoe. Yes, I got form. And then Mr. Demond said, that's fair. Objection, counselor. I'll strike that question. When she offered to give you money, was it contingent upon anything? Was there any, I believe she said against what you're owed. Okay. Does Miss Griffith still hold Websleuths assets? Any assets that belong to Websleuths? I would have to go through the list to see if she's changed everything. I know she attempted at one point after the lawsuit was filed, so I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how long we've been going. Mr. Sampry says about an hour. Damn, Tricia, your attorneys are like, I've never seen this before. Granted, I haven't read a lot of, court paperwork in my lifetime, but I've never seen where lawyers are desperate to just be done this quickly. I mean, this doesn't look good for Tricia. Her lawyers are always like, how long has it been? Seems like fucking forever. How many exhibits you got? Jesus Christ. I'm just going to ask a couple questions. Oh my God. I just want to go home. So Mr. Sampry's like, it's only been about an hour. And Mr. Demond says, would this be a decent time to take a break? Jesus Christ. What do we got? Crackheads or something? Smokers? What's happening? Give me a break. Mr. Sampry says, we can take a break. And then they come back. And now we went from page 45 to page 48. So just know there are some pages missing from this that was pulled directly from the court documents. So I don't know why, but maybe there's reason. I have no idea. Have you fulfilled all of your obligations under the sale and purchase agreement? I believe I have. At the time that you entered into your agreements with TRICIA Griffith, did you trust her? Yes, I did. Do you believe she trusted you? Yes. Did you intend for her to trust you? Yes. Did you intend for her to have confidence in you as her business partner? Yes. Do you or are you familiar with the concept of self-dealing? Not really, no. Okay. I've heard you mention today that part of your complaint is that you've provided funds. You've given money. Did you give money to Miss Griffith or to Websleuths? Both. How much money did you give Miss Griffith? On a personal level? Is that what you're asking? Sure. Yes. Prior to becoming a partner, I think it was around $1,200. After we became partners, I think I may have given her $300 here, $50 there, $100 there. Did you ever give her money any other way that wasn't as a partner? That's the money I'm discussing. That was not as a partner. Okay. I mean, that was just, I felt sorry for her. She always needed money. Always. Were those loans or were those gifts? Those were gifts. I would say gifts. And then the money, you said that there was a second set of money that you gave to Websleuths. Is that correct? Well, I gave Tricia for my interest in Websleuths. So this is then, are you discussing the purchase price? Yes. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for now. Okay. I don't mean to discuss your purchase. Okay. I'm just discussing the money that you've given. I intend to only be discussing the money that you've given to Tricia and the entity, not the purchase price for the entity. Right. Now, there was about $6,000 loan, I believe, a month after we became partners. That was a loan. We had a note drawn, and she did pay it back. Okay. What other money have you given to Websleuths besides, you mentioned the $6,000 that was already paid back. You mentioned the $1,200 gift you gave to Tricia. Is that correct? I said that was to Tricia. Right. I'm sorry. And that was in different increments here and there? No problem. Or no, she says, and that was in different increments here and there. Oh, no problem. What other monies have you given to Websleuths? Do you mean my expenses, or, I've put in like 30 here or there just to cover, or maybe 60? It was just to cover the overdraft. Other than the expenses, that's about it, I guess. And then your expenses. What is the approximate total of your expenses? I'm not asking for a paid things for Tricia Direct. The ad free, do you consider that to be a donation to Websleuths? No. But for some reason, they wrote about it. The only money I've given is for that type of thing. So did anybody respond saying they had actually given a donation to Websleuths? No. It was just people who had given money to Tricia, mainly for her benefit with the electric bill or whatever, paid for her pharmacy bill. And do you believe that Miss Griffith solicited these donations? I do. Sue says, I do, bitch. Do you have a problem with that? Yes, I do. Can you tell me why you have a problem with that? We don't allow that on our site for members, much less owners. Is that she sometimes solicited for the server fee or will go under. It's not true. There is money there for the server fee. It was for her own benefit. It's not up to our members to support her. Ugh, I got to give her a round of applause. I know I'm in the middle of reading her deposition, but yeah, that's it. Yes. That is what Tricia needs to understand. Again, it was for her own benefit. It's not up to our members to support her. It's not up to me to support her. I mean, I thought it was wrong. And I don't want people associating me with that. And that behind the scenes, we're soliciting money from our members. There's money to pay for that website. We don't need donations. We don't take donations. Oh my God. We don't take donations. Tricia took donations, allegedly. Ugh. Is there a prohibition somewhere in the regulations or sale and purchase agreement or articles of incorporations or anything like that seeking donations from members? No, it's just a matter of right or wrong. Do you believe it's a crime to solicit money from members? Mr. Sampry, objection form. Mr. Demond says, okay, that's okay. The way she did, Susan answers, the way she did, I think it's untruthful. As far as a crime, I guess that would depend on how many and how much. Who was damaged by her requests for monies. I think the members that gave it to her, they were led to believe the website might go under if they didn't help. That's how she got to me. Oh, interesting. Did you, once these members came to you and told you that was happening, did you investigate their claims? Did you look into it or follow up in any way and ask for documentation or anything like that? Since the formation of the partnership, or anything like that, since the formation of the partnership, an amount which does not include expenses that were paid for the benefit of the company by TRICIA GRIFFITH, such compensation to Susan Pruitt shall be taken in intervals. Is this another skip? So now they went from page 59 to page 68, and I wanted to hear her answer. Did you look into it or follow up in any way and ask for documentation or anything like that? And it just skips to page 68. Since the formation of the partnership, an amount which does not include expenses that were paid for the benefit of the company by TRICIA GRIFFITH, such compensation to Susan Pruitt shall be taken in intervals, so it does not cause a hardship on the continued operation of Websleuths.com LLC. Once Websleuths LLC becomes solvent, TRICIA GRIFFITH and Susan Pruitt will each be entitled to equal salaries as per this agreement, agreed to on the 25th day of April, 2011. I think my husband messed with the air. Nope, I'm just having, he did. He bumped it back up. I think he might want to get murdered, okay? Chill, you leave this shit alone. Put on a sweater, put on some socks, because I am going through it. He put it back to 73. We are battling on our phones. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The French toast.
Did you think I wouldn't find out about your little doo-doo head cootie queen?
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?
I think Joe wants to die. I love to hype my husband Chill RN. I don't want him to die. Oh my God, Chill. You can't hear me. He's downstairs doing some homework stuff. But oh my God, he was probably like, I'm cold. I might have to start screaming. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Should I just scream? Right, over 7. I know, Grizzly Bear. It's like, ugh. I would love it if it was 69 right now. 69, 67, 67, something. Oh, jeez, what a month. Jill, we love you, but Jesus. He better not touch. I am watching that thermostat. I am watching on my app. Bitch, it's at 71 now. That bitch better not move. Okay? You keep that thing. My sweet little Chill. All right, we're doing temperature wars. I might have to hold my hair up. That is a good idea. I do have a little clippy clip because I am, oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. But I'm also not sorry because this is just how life is. And I think a lot of you understand because you have went through it, will go through it, or are going through it. All right, I put my hair up. I put my hair up, you guys. You're smart. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're wonderful. Your house is at 67 right now? Okay. But is that 67 like with the heat or 67 with the air? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michelle says, Chill, you're going to be in big trouble, sir. Don't mess with the woman having hot flashes. These hormones are irrational. I know. I need one of those. And I'm itchy too. It's just, I'm having all of the symptoms. I hate it. Yuck. It's sucky. Is this also, I'll ask you guys, since you guys are, my little sleuthers, is it normal for them to just leave out pages in these documents and jump from page 59 to 68? That's weird, right? Could they have put through some kind of motion to get information or pages struck or something? Oh, you get them at night when you're sleeping? I used in my 30s, Carol Ann, my late 30s, I would get them at night and I'd have to like change my, my pajamas because I would just be sweaty, and now it's just all the time. Mm-hmm. I need to do this. Oh baby. Oh baby. I know I'm Grizzly Bear says, tell him to put on a sweatshirt, right? Put on a sweatshirt. Oh yeah. I'm about to get back on the pill, Amy. Amy says, it makes me glad I'm on the pill. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Okay. Year round. All right. Ugh, I feel so seen by all of you beautiful people. I feel so seen by you. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's weird that we're missing documents. Usually they show redactions, but we're missing like whole pages, which is weird. But okay, get back to it, Jolene. All right. So now, like I said, page 68. So the thing I just read, once Websleuths LLC becomes solvent, Tricia Griffith and Susan Pruitt will each be entitled to equal salaries as per this agreement, agreed to on the 25th day of April 2011. Susan Pruitt. Did you send this email to Miss Griffith? Yes, I did. Did she send you a reply? Yes. And what did her reply say? Agreed to this 24th day of April 2011, she wrote. 24th. What was the date that Websleuths.com LLC was incorporated? I believe it was April 25th. Was it the same day? 2011. That you drafted this email? Yes. Yeah. And this document. And now we jump to page 77. I can't even read this shit. Oh my God. So we went from 68 to 77. What the fuck? That was not true for Tricia's oral deposition. So then once you incorporated, did you expect her to continue making money from Websleuths? Mr. Sampry says, objection form. Mr. Damone says, what grounds? Mr. Sampry says, same grounds. And Mr. Damone says, we've established that she believed she was in fact taking the money. Mr. Sampry says, but I don't think that gets you to she's continuing to take money. She just believed her, but she can't testify if that's true or not. Mr. Damone says, did you believe that Tricia Griffith would continue taking money after Websleuths Incorporated? And then Susan says, yes. Mr. Damone says, did that fix the problem? Mr. Sampry says, yes. So sassy. Can you describe for me your understanding of how Tricia Griffith was going to be paid after incorporation? I assumed it would be a draw, an online transfer. And did you in fact believe that she would draw a salary up to the amount of, and now we're on page 88. Where the fuck are the pages? Now page 88 says, why did you intend for them to become aware of the lawsuit? Why did you want them to know about it? In order to field any questions from members. Okay, this is so annoying. And then we go to 89, so that's the right order. Okay, this is so annoying because we're on a roll and then I'm like, what happens? And then it's, okay. Why did you intend for them to become aware of the lawsuit? Why did you want them to know about it? And then Susan says, in order to field any questions from members. Okay, did some members or moderators post comments in the forum called the jury room? Susan says, yes. Did you post anything in the jury room? Susan says, I posted that I had filed suit. Did you do that before it became public knowledge? Susan Pruitt says, no, it was after. Do you remove any posts about this lawsuit after it was filed? Did I what? Remove posts from the website, from Websleuths. What type of posts? The posts about the lawsuit. Did you take any of them off the website? I'm not sure that I did. We didn't want our members discussing it. It would be, I don't recall. Why didn't you want your members discussing it? The damage it might do to the reputation? And that's why I kept it in the private area too. Was the jury room a private area? Yes, it was members only. Oh, sexy. Maybe we're back to the members' problems, and that's not your fault. Susan says, okay. We've done this to yourselves. So let's clarify it as it applies here. Susan says, okay. You said you didn't want members discussing it, but you posted it in an area that was members only. So I'd like to understand a little bit more about how that works. Maybe there's a distinction of members that you're using that I'm not familiar with. It's a problematic word in this context. I get that. Susan says, right. You told me you didn't want members discussing it. Is that correct? Right. And when you say members in that context, who do you mean? Susan says, 70,000 members we have. I mean, it could get a little out of control. And all we've done is post the documents, and so they can read. And I just felt they should be aware. You know, they were going to find it anyway. And how many members had access to the jury room? Okay, now the page numbers are back in sync. So how many members had access to the jury room? It would be all of our members. But you have to be a member. Is that 70,000? Yeah. But you didn't want them discussing it? No, not really. Why did you post in the jury room if you didn't about this lawsuit, if you didn't want them discussing it? Because as members, I thought they had a right to know. It had already hit other websites. Did they begin discussing it on Websleuths? I can't remember if they did or not. There was a thread, but I can't remember specifically if it was about the lawsuit. And then the attorney goes, okay, we're moving toward the end here. We can take a break if you like. I don't have a whole lot more. Oh my God. These attorneys are just like, what the frick? Oh my Lord. He's like, we can take a break. I don't have a whole lot more. Jesus. And then the witness says, what's a whole lot more? Mr. DeMond says, I have another 2 pages and should be one of our last sections, more or less. Did you ever request reimbursement of your expenses from TRICIA GRIFFITH? No, I don't think so. Have you ever taken deductions on your personal taxes in any year for items or expenses listed with Websleuths? Does that question make sense to you? Yeah, Susan says, it makes sense to me. Wouldn't that be included in the K-1? I used the same CPA to prepare our personal taxes that did Websleuths. So if you took them one place, I doubt he would have taken them another. Okay, you've given us a lot of receipts and discovery, as you know, Susan says, right? Do you have any additional receipts that we don't have that you're aware of? If I do, it would probably be minor. I don't think I do. I think the last was $500 to the CPA. Do you know how much you're seeking to be reimbursed by Websleuths for your expenses? Susan says, whatever they are, I mean, I calculate around $9,000, I think. Mr. DeMond says, okay, on the request for disclosures, which you provided to us fairly early on in the case, you stated a breach of the trust. Susan says, I don't believe so. She placed you in. She placed you in? He's asking that question. I don't believe so. Did you imply to people that TRICIA GRIFFITH was taking money under false pretenses? Under false? Oh, I may have. Do you know to who? No. Do you know when? I'm trying to think if it was just with the administrators because we had been told she had asked members to pay the server fee. That's insane, you guys. Allegedly, TRICIA asked members to pay the server fee that she was supposed to be paying. So that would have been false pretenses. Okay. And same with KR. So she names a lady named Kathy. And same with Kathy. Kathy said that TRICIA said she needed the server fee paid. And she transferred the money to her account. And how did you communicate with those people on that issue? Was that via telephone or via email or via message board? Kathy, that would be phone. She's a phone person. And I've heard that. The lawyer said, yeah, she would call me. The others, if there was discussion, I'm trying to think if I said something to Eddie, because we'd talk about the revenue coming in and he used to be privy to all that. But I'm thinking maybe Ed, probably Mr. H, and that would have been phone. Do you believe that doing so was a breach of her confidence or breach of her trust in anyone? I don't think so. She was lying to these people. What kind of breach is that? I mean, I don't understand how that. I was concerned for them and for their company. and my very own reputation to be associated with something like that. Get him, Sue. Get him. Were you equally concerned for Miss Tricia Griffith? Equally concerned how? Well, you just said that you were concerned for these people. And I guess what I'm asking is, did you elevate your concern for them over your concern for Miss Griffith? I probably did. I thought it was deceitful. Okay. So back, like, dude, your client is deceitful. That's what it looks like. He's like, okay. So back to, I believe it's Exhibit 5. It's going to be an email. This better not jump. Oh, it misses a page. Fuck. Okay, so back to, I believe it's Exhibit 5. It's going to be an email, 425, email that you wrote. I got to find this email. Now, what is this? Changes in signatures, witness. So now they have witness names and the spelling. Okay. And documents. What the frickin' frack is going on over here? And then it ends. Well, where are these? Okay, let me try to find the exhibit. What did he say? Exhibit 5? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay, so back to the email. I believe it's Exhibit 5. It's going to be the email, 425 email that you wrote. So then all of a sudden it jumps from what I was just reading, 103 to 105, and then it's, I, Susan Pruitt, have read foregoing deposition and hereby affix my signature. That is same and true. It's like a copy of that. And then it's another case number with Websleuths.com LLC and Susan Pruitt versus Tricia Griffith. Again, with her oral depo, they did not put these documents together through the office of Maryland Burgess District Court. Oh, how annoying. It was getting good. I got to find this shit. I want to see these emails. All right, Exhibit 5. Sorry, guys. Virgin court document reader over here. All right. Oh, Lordy. Thank you for your patience here. Pamela says, I never heard of Tricia before Joleen. Now she's everywhere. Well, I mean, she's been running this Websleuths, site. And at the time, they had 70,000 members. And that's like back in 2011 or some shit. I can't even imagine how many they have now. And plus with a YouTube channel, I mean, her platform has grown. So I'm sure, I mean, I know a lot of you true crime people, you know exactly who she is. But yeah, I had never heard of her either. I'm looking at the chat. Kelly Cal, sorry. I need a private line too. Okay, Kelly Cal, what is, I'm looking at the chat, sorry. Why won't she look at the chat? All right, let's see what you guys are saying here as we figure it out. It's a deep rabbit hole. Yes. Okay, I'm looking at the chat. So if you have anything, Kelly Cal, if they had 60K before, then they have 49K. Well, that was, sorry, they have 49K on their YouTube channel, but I'm talking about members on her website, websleuths.com, because this lawsuit is just talking about her website, websleuths.com. This is before, I believe, Tricia had a YouTube channel. Now, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is before that. Oh, check my super chats. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Kelly Cal. Thank you, Kelly Cal. Coming in, saying, won't. It depends where you pulled them from. If exhibits, just the pages they wanted admitted. Okay. Let me look where I had downloaded this. So I don't know where I pulled them from because I downloaded all of the documents. And this was just listed as the Susan Pruitt oral deposition. So let me see here. I don't think it was from an exhibit. I think it was, this was a, I mean, now I'm on the website looking for it here. Here, let me share the website with you guys, so you can see what I'm looking at, and maybe we can get some help from the class if you guys don't mind helping figure this out, especially those of you who are far smarter than I. Okay. Here we go. Let me show you. Oh, there's a whole lot of crazy stuff. Oh, send me that stuff, please. Send me that stuff. Okay. She's scamming from her. Yeah. So this is, I believe, Kathleen, these are claims that she was scamming off her website. And at that time, that website, because that was a big true crime website, which I think it still is, right? I mean, it looks shitty, but everyone has told me that like that was the site. It was one of the first like crime forums you could go to discuss these crimes and all the things. So that was just websleuths.com. Then she got, on social media, and that just increased her platform and presence. And then she, links up with these other creators with even bigger platforms. Is it banned for YouTubers to ask for personal money and/or business? No, I think that no. On YouTube, you can. I mean, I think you literally can. Now, as far as, yeah, I think you can ask, like, hey, do you guys want to pay for my? I don't know. I'd have to look into that. I've never asked people to pay my personal expenses, but there's so many people on here that do it that if it's a rule, they're not enforcing it. And if it's not a rule, maybe they should. Because like I said, with YouTube, there's ample opportunity to make money. You guys can super chat. You guys can super thanks. You can become members of the channel just watching the video. If you have ad revenue on, you'll make money off the ad revenue. Granted, you do make more the more views you get. And then everybody's rate at which they're paid per like 1,000 views is different, and it fluctuates. And I think YouTube, whatever internet science they use, which seems arbitrary at times to decide what you make per 1,000 views, that can change, because there are times where my rate is higher, and I'm like, awesome. And then there's times when my rate's lower and I'm like, oh, that sucks. If that makes sense to you guys. And you can also, as far as I know, you can ask people to, if they want to tip you via Venmo, like I have here, Cash App, PayPal. I think YouTube, they do like to keep it to YouTube so they get their cut. So I don't think they love when creators ask for or suggest that you can Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, but creators do that because then, YouTube doesn't take 30%. So there might be something where YouTube could, come after channels, but I mean, everybody does that, because not everybody wants to give money through YouTube. And then some people want to give money directly to the creator so that YouTube doesn't get a cut, but they don't like that, if that makes sense. On a super chat, I think it's 30%. It could fluctuate. It could be a little more now, but the last I checked, it was about 30%. They take on all super chats or all, even memberships. They take 30%. YouTube's going to get their money. They are going to get their money. So that's why I'm always like, if times are hard. If you cannot, afford a membership or super chat or super thanks, that is no big deal at all. Just watching and sharing the video, I am making money off ad revenue. So in my opinion, there's no reason for creators to go in people's inboxes, message subscribers with their sob stories to pay their bills. I just think that, to me, is gross. And I don't know, it just seems unethical to me. And I've seen so many people do it, though, to make you guys feel sorry for them or give them money. It just, there's so much. That would be Dental Lori through my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. That's the only way that YouTube doesn't get a percentage of the money, is when people send it that way. And I have my little I don't know if this is right. So I have my Venmo code here, but I have everything in the description. But that is why you'll see, like, for example, Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy has his own turtle chats. And there's lots of channels that do this, where send it to, I think, does he use Cash App or Venmo? And then you can leave his, you can comment there, and then he'll read it out, and then he's not giving shit to YouTube. But through his memberships or any super chats, he is giving, he has to give a percentage. But again, I don't know if YouTube is going to get weird about that, but you know, I know it's gross. It's owned by Google. I mean, Google's gross. Yes, Venmo is in the right top corner. Oh, he uses Cash App. Yeah. And then there's other, I found other YouTubers who've created their own. I think Everyday with Jay, she has a, what are they called? Cooter chats. And then there's this other like comedian area of these comedians that make fun of each other, that they created their own way. I forgot what their like super chats are, and it supersedes YouTube, and they're able to, I don't know how that works, but they created a program for themselves. So yeah, and some have buy me a coffee. So if you want to support creators, you know, or tip them like you would with a super chat, but you want them to get all the money, that's how you do it. Dolly says memberships given on iPhone. Yes, that's the fucked up part, is if you do anything on, isn't it all Apple products, Dolly? But on iPhone, like if you look at the price of my memberships on an iPhone versus like a laptop, and I think the iPhone prices are higher. Dolly, feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so like Cooter chats, that's like a genius way to do it. I mean, hell yeah. I haven't. I think Everyday with Jay uses OBX, which I started using when I first started YouTube, and then I was just like, StreamYard is just easier for me because my husband tried to teach it to me, and I was like not patient, and so OBX was harder for me. Is it OBX? Something like that. But a lot of creators use that, and then they can do their own thing. But I know. Yes. Carol Ann says, oh no, I got my membership through Apple Pay. That sucks. I'm sorry. I would have done it on my laptop. You can always cancel it and then redo it. But I think but double check, please, to make sure that I'm correct on that. Because if you can pay less, pay less. And then I also have Patreon, and Patreon, I think they take a little less than YouTube, but they get their cut too. Yeah, and you can't give out memberships through iPhones, because I've tried to do that on people's channels before. I've tried to do that on Hella's channel, and they won't let you gift memberships. So, but yeah, if you are hearing the sound of my voice and you have a membership that you've signed up for on an iPhone, check to see if it's cheaper on a desktop, laptop, iPad, or something. And if it is, cancel your membership and then start with a cheaper one. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. Hella, welcome to the membership. Hella says, here, Hella, are you available? I'm gonna drop the link for you if you want to. I'll send it to you, and then you can send it to Dolly. If you're not going to bed, you guys can come up and explain to me why this shit skips around, and chit chat with me a little bit here. Okay. Bear with me for a second, you guys, as I figure this out. Because, I mean, the oral deposition we got through for Tricia, and that went very smoothly. It seemed like all the pages were there. And then Susan's, it's choppy. We'll be missing like 10 pages. And like Kelly Kell said, maybe I'm reading from an exhibit or something, but I didn't think I was. But girl, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. I'm still figuring out. All these scammers got me having to learn all this true crime shit. All right. But I do kind of like it. And I like all of you people. Okay. Hello, I'm going to message you this link to join. If you can. If you can't, no biggie. But okay, I sent it to you. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Yeah, check the prices. Check the price of the membership, because they're cheaper. I think anything off of iPhone is cheaper. Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Thank you for becoming a member. Yes. Now, the sleuthing comedians, I mean, that's kind of what comedians already do, to be able to make jokes. You have to like dig into topics and subjects, and we're all already, just critical as fuck and judgy and critical thinkers as comedians. So it's in us to do that sort of thing, for the most part. Mellow Yellow says, I think Trisha was demonetized for so long so people would give her money directly to her Cash App, PayPal. There's no way she's not getting, if she was demonetized, that she was doing this shit for free. If this chick has been begging for money from supporters and on the website and doing that, there's no way that she might, I mean, as we see, she's still kind of doing that where she thinks she has claim and entitlement over a deceased subscriber's estate or knowing anything about it. Like her and Stacy, the nerve of them to think they deserve to know any of this information. She'd get the money immediately and would get the full amount. Yeah, that's the thing too. So if you Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal a creator, we get that money right away. So that's probably the worst thing to do if it is someone like Trisha who allegedly may or may not have had a gambling problem. Her getting that money right away, there's no budgeting on that. She is, that might not be the best thing. So, oh, you looked and it's an exhibit. Okay. So Kelly Kell, is there an oral deposition for Susan Pruitt that's not an exhibit? Oh, I was going to share. That's what I was doing. I was going to share the screen with you guys and show you. So here, let me share it this way, actually. Stamp. Okay. And share screen and Chromie Bomy. All right. So here are all, I like to break them down by pages and see how long they are. Cause I feel like the longer the pages, the more pages, the juicier it's going to be. And the shorter the pages, it's like, oh, this is just like some kind of dumb motion that I don't care about, Harley, you're so kind. Thank you. Thank you. I feel yucksters because I literally went to bed so late last night. Dolly says, what was Trisha gambling on? Bingo, rummy? I don't know. Trisha, at the time, I think people were saying, well, she lived in Utah and there's no gambling in Utah, right? But it's close to Nevada. And then you got online gambling, I guess you could do. If in fact, allegedly she was doing
allegedly,
that, so Old Maid. Yeah. Spittin' Spook says Old Maid fish. Crystal says she probably didn't monetize because you have to wait a month to get the money. If there's no option, then people have to use the Cash App, etc. That could be. And especially if, for these channels where you don't get the channels that get hundreds of thousands of views, you're making very good money off the ad revenue alone. But for, channels that are, let's say Trisha she's only getting, 2,000-3,000 views, the ad revenue is not going to be great on that unless your rate is really high, and it's probably not. It usually seems with me, the more people I have in my live chats, then they'll all of a sudden raise my, amount per 1,000 views. So if I'm getting, like 700 to 1,000 people in each live chat, they're like, oh, this bitch might be worth something. Advertisers will pay more. That's just what I'm guessing from watching it myself and, taking a look at my own channel and analytics. So that could be the reason. But I mean, most creators, especially someone's Trisha's size, the majority of her money should be made through the Google ad revenue. I see Hella's back there. I'll bring you up just a second. I'm just looking at something real quick. So, and it'll tell you, like, if I look at mine, let's see I'll tell you, like, what percentage is, your super chats versus your watch page ads. So it'll say, like, how you make your money in the last 28 days. But usually there's a percentage. But for me, my watch page ads are where I make my most money. So that's just when the video plays and there's ads. That's where I make my most money. Second to that is memberships. Third to that is super chats and gifts. Fourth to that is my affiliate program. That means if you click on any of the products I talk about, like the makeup stuff that I like, I made $13.50 this past 28 days. And then my short feed ads. So on my shorts, like shorts pay you dick. So all those shorts I made $11 off of all of them. which is so stupid. But like, my point is, once you're, I'm at 50,000, Trisha's at 50,000. By this amount of subscribers, you should be making most of your money through your watch page ads. So if you see channels, begging a lot, that means they're like the gray pubes or something. They're not making a lot of watch page ads, or they're just corrupt. I don't know. But usually there's a percentage here, but it's not giving me a percentage. It's just giving me my number here. So, okay. Let me bring up Hella. Let me put in my AirPods. So I gotta. Oh, of course, I think my AirPod's dead. All right, Hella, I'm gonna bring you up still. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey.
Hi. I don't have my AirPods.
You're right. What are we looking at?
Okay. So this is, let me take down this comment. This is the where I got all of the information. So this is the office of Harris County District Court. Now, I haven't really been pulling these up because early on I was able to redact some of the court docs, but that is like, oh my God, that's a job within itself.
It's hard work, man.
So that's why I've just been doing one woman shows reading them, because it's easier for me than redacting all the information right now, time-wise. So I was reading the what's her face, Susan Pruitt's oral deposition, because we got through Tricia's, but Susan's, I was missing pages. But then Kelly Kell said I might have clicked on an exhibit or something and was reading from there.
Back a bit. Who's Susan Pruitt? I've missed some stuff.
Okay, sorry. Susan Pruitt is the one who is suing, who put this lawsuit against Tricia and Websleuths in 2013. So Susan Pruitt paid $11,000 to buy into 50% of Websleuths, and was running it with Tricia, and then was like, whoa, some shady shit's happening. So she put this lawsuit against her, and it is, let's see if I just have the go by date, where it was just like breach of contract and just accusing Tricia of, poaching from, asking their members on the website for money and things like that. And also from overdrawing from the Websleuths joint account that Tricia was not supposed to be using for her personal stuff. And then Susan's claim was that she has been doing that. And then, Hella, we have these members who were members on Websleuths at the time, just the website, because this is before she had the YouTube channel, who came forward to Susan and were like, yes, she is dry begging, coming to us for this money. And one guy in particular, Mr. H, a guy that was a widower, and he seemed to have a lot of money and was giving a lot to that Travis Alexander family. I know you were in the chat the night I was like, oh shit, that's Joey Arias. I had no idea. So then he admitted to Susan, like, we got to do something. I want to help you because Websleuths is going down because Tricia is fleecing. She fleeced me and I don't want her to fleece other people. So she always had some kind of financial difficulty, because even after this woman gives her $11,000 buy-in for 50% of Websleuths, Tricia a month later needs more money. She needs $6,000. She needs all this money. And there's always something. Mold in the bathroom. My sink doesn't work. My tires don't have traction, and then there was mentions of possible gambling by some of these supporters. That had affidavits against her, and also possible Tricia suggesting people send her money under the guise of, oh, I bought an organ from you, not like a kidney, but like a piano organ or something. So
I was like, wait a minute.
So that she could hide the money from Sue. And so that she wouldn't see this money, her new partner. So there's lots of crazy allegations, and lots of her supporters came forward like, yeah, she hit me up for hundreds, thousands. I mean, this Mr. H guy, they say he gave between $20,000 and $50,000 to her that they believe just went to her personal bullshit.
Okay, so what came of this lawsuit from Susan?
So it was agreed motion to I think you would know what this means. I'm trying to find here. Let me look in my actual folder here where
I'm only a fake lawyer, but I tend to know what these.
You are smart. You know your shit, Hella.
Yeah,
all right?
not really.
That's what you do. Take that. That's not even a compliment. That's a fact. Okay. Let me see if this is the. Now I'm doing dee. Okay. So let me just look at this, but let me bring this down.
Says undisclosed settlement, I think. So it's settled.
Yeah, it's settled, but it's not like she's claiming she won, and it's not a win. It's kind of like a out of court type, settlement.
Well, if she's the one who got sued and it got settled, then she didn't win.
But she keeps telling her audience that she won, and then people come in my comments and go, she won, and that her claim, just like she's disparaging Daphne about this alleged fraud against Beth B, it seems like she did this. She continues to do the same thing about this Susan Pruitt, saying that, Susan Pruitt tried to make up lies about me and steal the company up from under me. But from all the documents I've read so far, it just appears that Susan and these supporters of Tricia's just wanted to protect the integrity of Websleuths. It became a community they all loved, and they saw her taking it down a very dark, shady, shisty, swindler path.
Well, she managed to keep it though, right? So Tricia managed to keep it. Susan went away, I expect.
Yeah, so here's a little timeline. Let's see. So TRICIA GRIFFITH buys Websleuths 2004. Susan Pruitt joins Websleuths.com as a forum participant in 2009. And then early 2011, Susan Pruitt and TRICIA GRIFFITH discuss Pruitt becoming a partner in Websleuths.com. And then here, let me just share this one, because hopefully this one doesn't have any big doxes I gotta worry about, because I don't want to harm anybody with putting out information.
It's so stressful with people's names in them.
It is. I wish I just had I just didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just live in the world. I go, why do I even no one cares, but I care. I can't help it. Like, I hate it.
I care.
I know you care. You really make it a point to make sure that you get it all together and so nicely. And I'm just starting this process.
You never know. Like, it could be somebody who is maybe actually really being stalked.
Yes.
In reality being stalked, not like Lauren kind of being stalked.
Not a civil stalking injunction.
yeah, not like that.
Not like a Lauren crime. Okay, so here's the little timeline they have. And so then they discuss her being a partner. Then April 25th, 2011, articles of incorporation are filed for Websleuths.com LLC with the Texas Secretary of State naming TRICIA GRIFFITH as sole manager. Susan Pruitt sends TRICIA GRIFFITH an email that permits Tricia to continue taking a draw of up to $3,000 per month from the company. Griffith agrees to the terms in the email. Susan Pruitt and TRICIA GRIFFITH signed the sale of purchase agreement on May 1st, 2011, and the regulations of Websleuths.com. So Susan even had to come in with some regulations like, hey, it needs to be a rule that you cannot reach out to members and ask them for money. Because Tricia was even, according to Susan, she's even asking for money for the servers. And we just read in Susan's oral deposition that no, she was lying to these people, because we had decided that was going to come from the money they made from ads. And so why was she reaching out to members saying we need money for the servers when we already knew where the money from the servers were going to come? But Tricia kept asking, and then she kept overdrawing their business account and being like, I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's bad.
Back in what, 2011?
2013 is when Susan Pruitt attempts and fails to purchase TRICIA GRIFFITH's share of Websleuths. So I guess that's what they're saying in this summary of. So this is a summary of Griffith's motion.
Yeah. So she was trying to take it over and save it.
Yes. But
Yeah.
Trisha acts like she just wanted to steal it from me because she thought I was poor and stupid. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you were acting poor, but not stupid. You were acting scammery.
Yeah.
according to me, from what I've seen. So, and then Susan Pruitt brings the instant suit against Tricia Griffith for breach of contract. So yes, so then here her and the other supporters, like the Mr. H, are saying she's sinking the ship, and we care about Websleuths and the integrity of Websleuths, and I want to prevent people from fleecing. So Trisha leaves that part out. She just says, oh, this one wants to take it from me. No, they're literally trying to save people from getting swindled, who are coming forward saying they're being swindled because they gave you $20,000 to $50,000.
I wonder whether like this Mr. H guy ever tried to sue Trisha for the money.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
We should see.
How do we see that? This is where
Well,
I
I mean,
need
we haven't disclosed what his real name is, but we do know what his real name is.
Yes, we do.
So we could find out, like, if he's filed a lawsuit at any time around then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that.
Do a public records request.
Oh, I've never done that before. Oh my God, I feel so.
Yeah, Darlie knows how to do it.
Like what? Is that like a FOIA? What are we doing?
Yeah, Darlie can do a FOIA. Yeah.
I only know about these drama communities that pull FOIAs on each other when they send pizzas to each other or call the police and they just want to see how fat they are. That literally is the only reason I see people pull FOIAs.
You didn't read out my chat right yesterday. I said we're going to FOIA around and find out.
Oh. I read it so literally, like, oh,
yeah.
What FOIA are you requesting? What
FOIA around and find out, baby. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
FOIA is actually the federal term, but it's like a catch-all term because FOIA is freedom of information, and it's the federal term. But like public records request is really what this is. So it's like getting something from a state, so at a state level, and this the United States each of the states has their own public records laws, and you go by each state's public records laws. And if you're not looking for a federal document, then you're not using the federal standard. But it doesn't really matter. We tend to just use FOIA as a catch-all term to grab public records. I remember once about a year ago, I was saying we're going to FOIA something, and someone came back to me and they were being very literal and like, but this is not a federal thing. And it's like, it was just a term. It's all right.
That's just what we're saying.
Yeah.
We're just using it.
So can I just ask, like, this transcript that you were reading earlier of her deposition, someone in chat was saying that it might have been videoed.
Yeah, well, there was a videographer who recorded the whole thing. How do I get the video? And if I can get the video, can I play it?
Oh, yeah. It's just a matter of getting the video.
And how does that happen?
Again, we have to do a public records request. The states follow the federal laws, Siobhan. Yeah, because everyone follows the federal law. It's just that each of the states have their own public records laws as well. And so they'll often, you have to go and look at what their public records laws as to how long they have to give it to you and what rules that they can use as to whether or not they don't have to give things to you. Sometimes they can go, oh no, well, according to our local laws, we don't have to give this part to you because of these exceptions, etc. Like I know in Aurora, Colorado, because we're waiting for all that stuff to come out of Aurora. Hello, TheOLoPP. That stuff to come out of Aurora. There's allegedly a internal affairs inquiry that was happening there, and they held back a bunch of records from us and Mr. Breakfast specifically when he did all that investigating into what happened with Bobby Joe.
Oh,
yeah, and there's still lots of stuff we don't have. So, yeah, Mr. Breakfast is, by the way, the FOIA king.
I know. I need to, yeah, I've been in contact with Mr. Breakfast, who is just delightful. But then of course I'm like, oh, I can figure this out. And then I'm trying to figure it out on my own. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but
yeah, he puts us all to shame when it comes to getting public records.
So good, so organized. So I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I'll take a page from that and try to do my own sucks, like it compared to Mr. Breakfast sucks.
Okay, so basically, like, Dali's good, but Mr. Breakfast, sorry, Dali, if you're in chat, he knows.
Yeah,
he knows. It's just he's top of the tree. So we've known him for a long time. We actually met him because of the documents that he was getting, and it was like,
did you meet him through the Lauren MATTHIAS stuff, or even before? Oh, okay.
No. Actually, I met him through the Murdoch stuff. You know, the Alex Murdoch trial years ago, and then Becky Hill, the clerk of court, who was accused of tampering with the jury. Her emails came out, and we covered that case for a year and a half, and so did he. As in, not covered it, like he's not a YouTuber or anything like that, but he has a bit of a social media presence, small one, on X and that as well. And we met him on X.
Oh, cool.
So I still talk to him on there. He's actually right now covering, live tweeting a deposition of one of the people who was covering the Murdoch case back then.
Really?
So, yeah, he is. So
you know what? It would be interesting. Does Trisha have her own Reddit? I think she needs one.
I don't think she'd know how to use Reddit.
No, I mean, like, how there's a hidden true crime chat. I think there needs to be a Websleuths chat Reddit where things can be shared.
Maybe. I'm talking to him at the moment about doing a JLR Reddit, but
JLR needs one for sure.
He's a bit busy right now because he's busy watching this deposition. Actually, the deposition just finished, so he has been live tweeting and stuff about that. So he's only a part-time Redditor.
Okay.
Just as Lauren.
Part-time. Yeah.
You remember the email that got sent to his work?
Sort of. I remember her coming for him, and all of a sudden he went from someone who was so helpful and so great and so smart to all of a sudden, 2020 wouldn't use him or something. Like wasn't that a thing she said where one of those networks said, we can't use him or something?
Oh yeah, we can't use him because he's a hacker.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's a hacker. But no, an email. There was an email and the phone calls to his work. And in one of the emails that went to his work, it said that, do you realize that your employee is running a full-time Reddit account called Hidden True Crime Chats? And it's like, is there such a thing as a full-time Reddit account? Like, is there a part-time?
Is he getting paid? Because I don't think Reddit is paying people for subreddit. But
and so he started posting on whenever he's posted on Reddit. He's like, "Well, I don't know if I could do that because I'm only a part-time Redditor."
Okay, who wrote it? Was it Gray Bay?
We don't know because it came from a Proton email.
Oh, crazy! The people who are so afraid of those are just the users of those.
Came from a Proton email, and interestingly, it had in it some references to anti-Websleuths Reddit. It had some references to some tweets from years ago from some sock puppet accounts that came from a lady called Mandy Matney. And Mandy Matney is the lady that's being deposed right now. And she is a podcaster. And she was very well known for covering the Alex Murdoch case. And she didn't like Mr. Breakfast because he found some public documents that were embarrassing to her. She also says she has a stalker, by the way.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And so she was being deposed just yesterday and the day before. And Mr. Breakfast has been tweeting about that for the last couple of days. And so, yeah, he's been, let's say, doxed by them and dragged through the mud by them. They found his Facebook account from when he was only a teenager. And they actually, they posted video of him as a teenager talking about the effects of online bullying. They posted that around the internet, and that was actually linked in the email that was sent to his boss by whoever sent the Hidden True Crime email to his boss.
These people are beyond corrupt. It is all projection. Everything they accuse everyone else of doing is what they freaking do. It's insane.
Yeah. And so, oh my God. And I don't know if you remember or if you followed much the text messages that I covered of Lauren's, but she said she hated Mandy Matney, right? So she, as far as she was concerned, Mandy Matney was, I don't know, she called her some names, can't remember, but didn't like Mandy Matney. But suddenly there's this Mandy Matney, and she's grabbing text messages, tweets that are disparaging of Mr. Breakfast and sending them to his boss. Yeah. And I'm just like, who are these people?
As you guys were, uncovering all of the text, for me watching it, I didn't know who half the people are, who they're talking, but now I'm starting to, because I was like, who's Nate Eaton? Who's, I didn't know who this Mandy person was. And now I'm starting to understand. I didn't know who Gigi was at the time. And now, how great I've discovered so many fantastic people who Lauren just hates on. But then I saw recently that, and maybe you already put this out there a while back, but what did she call Brian Enton, a slut or something?
Manslut or something. I don't know. I'm not surprised. Like,
she's so mean.
She says these things.
It's mean people.
It's jealousy.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, I can see someone in chat saying that they like Mandy Matney. That's fair. Like, you don't know these people until you find out this stuff about what's going on behind the scenes. Lots of people in chat probably liked Lauren at some point, and thought that she was wonderful at some point. But you don't know these things that these people are doing until you find out what's going on behind the scenes. And I never followed Mandy. I've never really watched anything that she's done. All I know is that when some things came out from public records, these are from public records, things came out about her, she was embarrassed, and it's right up there on the internet right now. She doxed people and got her people to phone them. Said, someone criticized me for having vocal fry, and here's their phone number. Please contact them. And that came out in a deposition just this weekend, just this last couple of days. And they found out who Mr. Breakfast was. They went onto his Facebook. They got videos of him as a minor, and they posted that around. And that ended up in an email to his bosses via HTC. Just this last year. Yeah. So
these people are
don't know what her content's like. It might be all right. But
does she have a big platform, this Mandy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I saw Lauren she was talking about on Trisha's yesterday about collabing with some other crime something. Maybe someone in the chat remembers, and I'm like, who are these people that are still collabing with her that don't know that she's just gonna do shady shit behind the scenes against them, or they're just people that do shady shit too, I guess.
Oh, they know. They know.
Similar to Trisha, because I was, as much as when Trisha did the Gray Bay interview, I was just dragging Trisha and Gray Bay like, you idiots. But then I didn't take Trisha as being as, scammy as she's become. I just kind of was like having fun with it and parroting her. And then it was this fucking field trip that I'm like, what is really going on here? What has this lady been behind? And I had heard her mention this lawsuit previously and other things. I'm like, well, if I think she's lying about this, what else is she lying about? Let's look. And now we're finding a pattern of her, fleecing supporters, of her feeling entitled to her supporters. Hell, can you imagine hitting someone up, one of your supporters, in the DMs and going, oh, I need you to pay my electricity bill and my tires, but maybe in like a dry, beggy way, day going, oh, I'm really struggling. Like I can't even get back to people's messages. Like my ADHD, I see a bunch of messages. I'm like, I'm overwhelmed, or I think I already replied. It's a mess. So I can't imagine dry begging in the DMs. What?
You just spoke like her just then. You're like, I can't imagine driving.
I go in and out. That's what happens when I get like hyper focused and I'm doing like a certain character. All of a sudden, I just end up speaking like that in my
You
life.
sounded just like her, and you didn't even mean to.
I'm all in. My neurodivergent ass is locked.
No, I can't imagine doing that. I find it really uncomfortable. I find it uncomfortable to beg for money. Unfortunately, that's kind of what you do on YouTube. You kind of have to ask for money because that's how it works. But yeah.
But when it's a tip,
dry begging thing is weird.
It is, because people have come over here and been like, oh, that's crazy that you're calling out someone like grifting and dry begging and stuff while receiving super chats. I'm like, you don't understand the difference between those things on a platform like YouTube that people are able to do than me pulling a gray pubes and being like, I'm shutting this shit down, give me your money. Or like Trisha, where I'm telling you all my sob stories. If you want to support the channel further, it's there. You don't have to. And I'm not going to be mad at it if you don't. That's part of the game. That's part of the money thing. That's part of the business. But there's a difference. And I think so many people are like, well, no, if you talk about this, you can't make any money off it. No, you can. YouTube exists in that way. Content creation is a job for that reason. But it's very different what we're doing to what they're doing. And they're basically giving us all a bad name by behaving this way. You know?
So, people will see things the way that they want to see it. And that's the problem. Once someone just doesn't like you, they will make up whatever shit they want about you. So it's that simple. So I can't imagine anyone not liking you, Jolene, but if someone doesn't like you, okay, but that's because I like you, right? Okay. But if someone doesn't like you,
yes,
and they don't like what you're saying about their favorite YouTuber,
yes,
they're gonna go, well, this bitch, she's so hypocritical. She's calling someone out for making money. She's making all this money making fun of my favorite YouTuber. How dare she? And they'll just say shit, and they won't think it through because they just don't like you.
Yeah,
simple, and nothing will ever change their mind.
Nope. Ever. Nothing. I've come into that so many times as I've, called people out or parody people. The amount of people that have come at me with vitriol for jokes and parody is insane when you actually look at what people are doing to each other on YouTube and going real life, as they say, and then people started doing that to me. I started getting harassed. And so when Lauren had the civil stalking thing, I thought, well, what kind of stalker? Because I've actually had a scary man stalker who would go on camera on his live and like physical threats. They took I had a what is it called? A sponsorship that I really liked at the time, and they sent them false information to get the sponsorship to no longer work with me. Then the sponsorship went under and apologized to me, but they lost their business. we were doing the Lord's work with them. But I've actually had people send things to my home, send me threats, like not ticky-tackies like Christina. If anyone who ever harassed me was like Christina, I wouldn't consider that harassment. Anyone not liking me, or even in the comments being like Jolene sucks, or in another chat, that's not harassment. That's just they don't like me, like you're saying. And if everyone likes me, like you're doing something wrong. Like, of course, you're not going to like me if I'm making fun of a YouTuber you like. But when you find out my house, you dox me. I had a fucking reality TV star from Big Brother dox me, and I had to contact the LAPD because another person who was on the show with him had, I think now, a lifetime restraining order against this guy because this guy had multiple pew-pews and was harassing this man's family, this man named Dr. Will. This guy, Mike Boogie, was they were on the show together. They were like pretty iconic on Big Brother. And he had been harassing Dr. Will and his family, and Dr. Will had to get like a restraining order because this guy was like cuckoo, for Cocoa Puff still is. And he found my videos that I did about Big Brother and started putting my "you want to play, little girl" and putting my address when I lived in West Hollywood, my apartment number. Like, it was insane. I was kind of newer to YouTube, so I'm like, so all of a sudden I'm involved in this bigger case and all I was doing was criticizing him on a television show. So that's why this really Lauren's thing really, not only did it pull at my neurodivergent like need for justice, but it also was like, you have no idea what it's like to actually have like men come after you and scary people come after you and things sent to your home in order to scare you and your address being doxxed and physical threats and sponsorships being taken away from you falsely. And that was me doing jokes, just from doing jokes.
That was because okay, let's just be really clear about this. He did that because his feelings were hurt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what they say. They say, you know, women are afraid men are going to like murder them, and men are afraid women are going to laugh at them.
Well,
it's true. And it's the truth, you know.
And
so,
you did.
Yeah. So I did, and I keep doing that because I enjoy laughing at problematic men. It's one of my favorite hobbies.
So can I ask, did you get the cops involved? Did you get a restraining order? What did you do?
I contacted the detective that was working on the case for the other restraining order for other people on the cast and gave them my information, and then nothing more really came of it, to be honest. They just gave me, they saw online that this was happening, and so they reached out to me with the detective's name. So I contacted that detective, gave them my information, and yeah, I never had to get a restraining order or anything. I never, you know, I was kind of new to, you know, YouTube in that way at the time, because this is like pandemic, well, pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it was wild. It was wild. And then after that, I had, you know, more people that I was parroting or making fun of and calling out, and other scammers on, you know, in like the pop culture world. And they had supporters who were, again, send things to your home. So I already knew about Proton emails because they were using Proton emails in order to send me, like, you know, that's, you know, how they send pizzas to people's homes, and they send Chinese food. And, you know, the rude thing is when they send you pizzas to your home, you think, oh, a pizza, they don't pay for it. So some of this is cash on delivery. So these people are coming out, and they did it specifically when my mom would be live with me to scare her when she would be in town, trying to scare poor Nana. And I was like, Nana ended up paying for the pizza, tipping the guy. But and I would regularly get text messages to my phone. I had like a baby reindeer situation with a lady who just got grossly obsessed with me. And she would just send me these disgusting text messages, but always from, you know, like the Google numbers. So you could never for sure, but you knew who it was. So when Lauren says, oh, and she's crying, I'm like, you don't know the first thing and about what it's like to really feel like physically threatened. I had another creator who was a man, like I was saying, who would be like, go to his camera and start punching his hand and be like, Joleen, like if I see you, and I'm like, oh my God, like I know. So when she did all that bullshit, I'm like, wow, you have no idea what it's like to be really scared.
Totally. It's the thing. Liz just said in chat, hey Liz, did Proton email exist before Lauren? Apparently. I remember Proton email being in the Chandler Holderson trial, actually.
Who's that?
He made a Proton email for one of his fake accounts. But apparently, Mr. Breakfast told me that you have to actually turn on encryption in Proton email for it to be not traced. And do you remember, guys, that in the 9 Hour Live, she kept repeating over and over, because you can't trace Proton emails. You can't trace them. You can't.
Yeah,
she
did say that.
Person's identity.
She made it like it was so scary.
Yeah. Yeah, she just kept saying it over and over. And it was like such a weird thing to keep saying, because you can't trace it. You can't trace it. So, and also what you were just saying about how it triggers you because you've had a real stalker. I've seen so many gems say, I stand with you, Lauren, because I've had a stalker and I know how it feels. How freaking delusional is that shit?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that. If you've had a real stalker, can't you see what absolute cope this is? Can't you see that this is not real.
The only thing I can think is the way Lauren described it, and the tears, like, you know, transcended them looking literally at the TikToks. You know, like it stopped them. Like they were just tricked by the tears, because as you would think, you know, like you said, someone who's experienced being like genuinely afraid before, I go, this isn't fucking scary, but that's because I did a little research about it. But a lot of these people are simply going by her tears. And when she throws so much at these people in 9 hours, I feel as though they already are her supporters. They already, she knows she can manipulate them and weaponize them. And it's the same thing with TRICIA. So you would hope they would look at this critically, but I think a lot of them were just like, no, she's never done this before. So this must be serious. She's crying. She's drinking Diet A&W, Gray Bay and her in a hotel room having a sordid affair or something. And it's crazy. You know, something's going on. So that's the only way I can get around it. But I was talking about this yesterday, Hella, is what frustrates me about these situations is that I know that no matter what I do, no matter what I say, I was talking to my husband about this, no matter what we say and do, there will be people who will just always support these fuckers.
Yeah.
And they will just allow them to fleece and hurt other people because they just either they don't want to be wrong or they're just all in with a cult-like mentality. And it's unfortunate that you really don't see justice, I guess, right?
There's this one woman, her name's Valor something, and she goes by VH in their Patreon.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's the same woman who is she's actually been on Crash's comments. Goes by,
hi, Crash.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Is it Fire and Ice? Oh, sorry, Fire and Ice. Hi. Yeah. So Crasher lately has had this woman in her comments that goes by the name Valor something, Valor Heist or something like that. Okay. And I've just worked out that it's the same person, I think. It's the same person who's in their Patreon, and Mr. Breakfast has screenshotted, I don't know if he's in their Patreon or someone's giving him screenshots from their Patreon of this woman called VH. And I've seen these other screenshots of her before. She's been trying to report Crash's channel. Right. So report her for harassment or something. Right.
The irony, like
yeah. And she's saying horrendous things about Crasher. Like really just disgusting things about Crasher. And Crasher knows, right? Because Crasher actually had Dali come on her channel the other day. It was great. Had Dali
I missed it. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, and do a dramatic reading of some of it because it was just.
Oh, that sounds awesome. That is the best. Honestly, that's the best defense against this stuff is exposing it, but exposing it in like a dramatic, funny way.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was fantastic, right? But yeah, when Dali went on there and read some of the comments, he was reading it and I was looking at it, I was like, hang on, I think I recognize this chick. Like I recognize the way she's writing because she writes in this way that's like, she's kind of feigning that she cares about Crasher. Like she's acting like, oh, well, you need help. Like Kay really needs to help you because, you know, like you shouldn't really be speaking because you don't know what you're talking about. Like you're not a lawyer and you're not like a mental health professional and that kind of thing. And I'm like, bitch, like,
are you?
Do you need like a degree to get on the internet? Like, sorry, but what the fuck, Chris? Yeah, like
just totally speaking down to her. It sounds like just condescending as fuck.
It's all that stuff. And I know that if it's the same person, it's the person who has said that she has tried multiple times to get Crash's channel deleted. Yeah, and Crasher knows all this, right? And it's just like, okay, so how much Kool-Aid are you drinking?
Yes, exactly.
Who are these people that they don't see?
Your time in your life. That's what I always tell people. And I had this other channel where we would parody and make fun of, grifters and scammers, me and my friend Busy Blue. And we would always tell them, do not go into anywhere and do anything for us to defend us. We're grown adults. If someone says something mean about me, I put myself on the internet. That's that about that. Don't do anything. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Just don't do it. But I think so many of these people, like the Laurens and the Tricias and stuff, they weaponize their audience through their tears and their victimhood to then force these people to feel like they're protecting these freaking strangers. And now we're seeing it with JLR. I mean, the amount of people with you exposing him, and when I just look on the internet, the amount of people who are willing, it's like they're on his payroll or something. Why would you fight this hard for a man you don't even know? You know, he is making so much money off of, it's insane. But you totally, do you think they're getting paid?
Oh, they were getting paid a lot of money, and there's still some people making a lot of money out of him. Okay,
to support him, you're saying, or to fight for him?
Okay, well, let's just be really out there. Well, he was in his first month or so out there streaming the Nancy Guthrie case. He was running a live feed, and the live feed he was getting himself 30 to 40,000 people in his live chat. And he was saying everyone can use it. Guys, restream my and people would be restreaming it, and they go, "Isn't this a nice guy letting us restream this?" And people who were restreaming it were getting many, many thousands of people watching on the restreams.
Yeah,
and going, "Isn't this a nice guy? Isn't he great?" And anybody who would say anything negative about him would be like, "How dare you? He's being such a good guy. He's boots on the ground." And we've got some felonies, but people can change.
Yes, I heard that a lot because I didn't know who he was, right? So when this first happened, you know, and it was just like crazy news. You're like, what? Savannah Guthrie's mom. And so I think one time I pulled up and I just thought, there's something weird about this. Like, why is he? And I saw a lot of people sharing it, and then I just didn't. And then I heard rumors of like fraud, and then I had people say, "Oh, well, you know, people can change," and then I just never did that again because I just didn't want to be associated with someone like that. I just assumed there was some bad stuff, but that makes sense, Hella, because what a great way to kind of you know, do like, you know, your image. What a great thing to do for your image online, to be like, no, this guy is so nice. It's not about the money. He lets other people have his stream. He's not exploiting a missing elderly woman. He's a good guy.
No, well, I mean, we did a stream about it at the time. And actually one of the things that we were disturbed by when he was first out there was the fact that he was saying things like, "Oh, look at Annie Guthrie. She's got her hair done, getting ready for a mugshot, maybe." Yeah. And also a lot of just things that were really disturbing, like making allegations against the band members of like bandmates of Tommaso and stuff like that. Just making really
went after that guy.
Yeah, shitty allegations and just being a general dick. But no, people were saying to us that he's being very lovely out there, and that was just nasty of us. But sure, okay, so that happened. But what we found out since, and it's been a rough couple of weeks for the lady who has had her life exposed since, and that is that she's had a temporary restraining order appear on the docket in Arkansas. And when that happened, somebody found it on the docket, and they contacted her because people were looking for her. She was his girlfriend and had been associated with his channel for years. Her name is Magnolia. And where is she? She hadn't been appearing. No one had seen her. She hadn't tweeted since just before Christmas. And here is JLR becoming much more famous, really famous, making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Where's Magnolia? Where'd she go? And yeah, someone found this thing on the docket. It turned out that she had a temporary restraining order against him, and there was a police report that was found. Someone managed to get in contact with her, and a photo came out of her face. And then evidence started to flow forth, her 911 call. And I managed to go through all the documents. And I was really iffy about doing any coverage of it because I knew I was biased. I do not like this man.
Yeah.
I've been following him for years, and like when I say I've been following him, I've been watching him as in from a distance for years, and I've known all about his bad deeds. So I knew I was really biased going in, so I did not want to cover it until I read everything that was out there. So I read everything, and I marked it all up, and I made a timeline, and I did one stream where I was like, okay, here's all the information as I can see it. And then I received some more, and then Laurie Hellis popped on as well, which was awesome. And then I did hear from Magnolia, yeah, it just continued to snowball, and lots more people have found out. And I'm not the only one. Like when you said I'm exposing it, I'm not the only one. There's lots of people who are talking about it.
I've seen other, but I've learned the most from watching you guys. And I saw that you said there's more. You had that like what's his name, white boy something.
Yeah, there's a guy called Matt, and there's a guy called Nerdy Addict, and Nerdy Addict actually has a restraining order against JLR now, because JLR came up to him at the airport in Tucson.
Dude is
not just put a camera in his face, but also posted video of his stepdaughter videoed through a crack in a fence. Yeah, that family of the mother, Eva, took years ago, and he put it up on the internet and called him a child abuser. So yeah, that's what JLR does.
That video.
How did he get it? Got one of his people to get it. So that's what JLR does. So you piss JLR off, and that's what he does.
There'll be consequences. Well, I saw that maybe I saw it. I don't remember if I saw it on your channel, but I saw that he's having people call him, and then he'll play it on his phone, and he's like, "You're saying this on national television." It's like, bro, you're on YouTube. You're not on national television. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. He thinks he's pretty great. So like 12,000 people watching him. That's good numbers. It's not national TV.
Can you imagine? Because like you were saying earlier, especially when the Nancy Guthrie stuff first, when she first disappeared, and he's doing these live streams, and I'm seeing it's popping up in my algorithm, and it's like 80,000 to 100,000 people watching. The money this man made off of doing what? Just stalking her house and putting out false claims that he could never substantiate or back up.
He was basically following Brian Etten around, because Brian Etten was doing real reporting.
Yeah.
And he just had a camera up, and he was talking to locals walking by and going, "Hey, what do you think happened?" and that kind of stuff. And people like watching it, but that's fine. People want to like watching it. There's nothing illegal about what he was doing. That's okay. It's just that what we found out since is that she had him served with a temporary protection order on 23rd of January. And then on the 2nd of February, she called the local police department. She's in Arkansas. She's hiding from him.
Oh, my God.
He's in Florida. And she's got a broken nose. She needs surgery, right?
And that's from him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this all happened on Christmas Day. So she went back to Florida. She flew back to Florida because he escaped by a car and drove all the way back from Washington to Florida, across the country. Yep, got back. She went back to Florida, got her stuff, and went to Arkansas to be with family, right? She serves him with a temporary protection order, 23rd of January. And then Nancy Guthrie goes missing, I think it's 1st of February. 2nd of February, she calls the Florida Police Department. She wants to report prior incidents. She is like, this is it. I'm never going back. I now want to tell you guys about prior stuff that's happened in Florida when we lived together. And she's on the phone for like an hour and 40 minutes. We've got the recordings. She talks about some horrific stuff, just horrific. It's really disturbing. And she also gets the runaround by the police, so they don't know what to deal with this stuff that's not contemporaneously reported. That all happens. And what happens a few days later, he gets in on a plane over to Tucson. and he's gone like a month.
And now he's back in Tucson.
Yeah, he came back to Florida for like 5 days. He live streams from his house. The day that Nerdy Addict and White Boy do a peaceful protest down the street from his house, and they get a clearance from the local sheriff's office to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He says he has a stalker, and this guy's outside my house. I have a stalker. And the next day he goes back to Tucson.
And this, it's just insane. This is the same guy who's been stalking Nancy Guthrie's house, the same guy who stalked Karen Reed during the trial. I remember him running up to her and being like, Karen Reed, you're a murderer, you're a murderer. Obviously, he's wrong. He couldn't handle the heat because believe me, he up against like someone like probably Turtle Boy, you would have quite the
he said you're going to prison to Aiden Kearney as well.
I wish, too bad. Did Turtle Boy ever go after him? I would like to see that.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, and to be fair, I'm angry at him. I've been angry at him for years for the way he goes up to all defendants, Karen Reed or any other defendant. He did it to Richard Allen. He did it to Brian Koberger. He's done it to many people. I don't care if they were found guilty or if they pled or what. They are innocent in the eyes of the law before they get that verdict from the jury. As far as I'm concerned, fuck you, JLR. You don't go up to anybody and go, shame on you, you're a murderer. They're not a murderer at that point in time.
Yep.
They're not. That's not up to you to say. So, I mean,
when you got the Guinness Book of, or you want the Guinness Book of World Records for your frauds, but you're going to go up to someone else, like, who are you?
Exactly. And it may be constitutionally okay for him to do that. He has free speech. He can do that. Doesn't make it right.
No.
Yeah.
And then you can't, it's the same Lauren Matthias thing. Then you're using your free speech, you and Tricia and stuff, to, you know, say all this stuff about people, have your own opinions about people. And then the same with JLR. And then the minute it's thrown back at you and people use their free speech, all of a sudden they're stalkers. Isn't that weird how that's always the case for these people?
I was actually talking to a lawyer the other day who's kind of well known for his stance on free speech issues, and I said, isn't it interesting that there's all these YouTubers who think the world of themselves, and all of a sudden they get stalkers?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take much. Like, it's so fast. Like, and it's just like, you'd think they'd have thicker skin.
Yeah.
But like, all that has to happen is for someone to get a bit grumpy with them, and now they got a stalker.
Yeah, just to say that, or just say, put their words back in their face. That's half the time what happens. Because that's what I'm seeing with Tricia, because Tricia and Stacey have already started this narrative that now they are being harassed. Tricia says the questions people are asking in her chat regarding this information she shared with the internet is making her life a living hell. And I'm like, what?
That was you, I think. Were you making the life of a living hell?
I think she's because then they make, I think it's because people going in her chat after seeing the information I'm putting out there that are the questions I have, then people are asking questions, and that's making her her life a living hell. And then they went as far as to be gross and say, these people are making fun of our deceased friend. They're making jokes on a dead person. And anyone who watches my channel know that's not what I'm doing. If anything, they're making the joke of their friend. And that's why I put out a video showing that they admitted that they were making this Beth B situation in her estate content for the channel. So you are monetizing and making content. You're driving us to your dead friend's house that you're scoping out. You're basically doxing her and her information. You're disparaging yet another woman with no proof, similar to how they all did with Christina. And, you know, it's just like, but they follow the same lines as all of these scammers and all of these bad faith actors. And I call them like the Alex Jones with vaginas out there, you know, just with this false information, all of a sudden they're victims. And they do that so that when anyone like you or I put out information that is literally like what I'm showing is Tricia's own oral deposition, her words, these people will come in and go, you are mean, you're a bully, you should be ashamed of yourself, you're making fun of dead people, you're going after Tricia, you're making her life a living hell, I'm jealous of Tricia and the bookshelf. You know, I got a busy enough bookshelf myself. You know?
It's not as good as Tricia's.
Never. It never will be.
No.
I'm never gonna.
You know why? It's because Osram didn't pay for it. That's why.
What is the deal with this Autumn?
Don't start me on Othram. Okay, I've been sus on Tricia all along just because of the Othram thing.
Alex China's. Yeah, well, I know you from the jump were like, yuck, and Kresha too.
Oh yeah, we've been sus on Othram. Yeah. I don't like DNA farmers.
But
I don't like them.
Here's another question, Hella, that I'm going to ask you because you're my expert here. How do we follow the money on them? Because they are not it is a for-profit business. How do we see the people at Othram? How much money are these people making while they're saying, we can't solve this stuff unless you give us spit and spooge and, $7,500? But is it a situation like what people found with the Susan G. Komen and breast cancer stuff where we have these people who are making so much money off of this, and how much is actually going to my question is, there has to be people who are getting rich off of this while telling others with big hearts and empathetic true crime people, like, give us your money, otherwise these people will never be able to solve their crime and all this stuff. Does that make sense?
Unfortunately, they're a private company, so I'm not sure if we can get a hold of their figures. I
would love to see what their executives are making, and how for-profit this shit is.
Says here that they've raised $48.7 million in total funding across 5 rounds. So, look, I don't know. All I know is that they get paid a shit ton for their criminal investigations. So, for the Brian Koberger case, that would have been a very big contract with the FBI. So, that one was. Actually, I don't know whether ISP, as in Idaho State Police, or FBI funded them, but that was a big mess. And they ended up passing the buck over to the FBI, or the FBI took the buck from them because
oh my God.
it was nasty, right? So what happened was they did not identify Brian Koberger. Well, they won't take responsibility for identifying Brian Koberger because of the fact that it was not constitutional, that search.
Oh.
So, no, it was not a constitutional search in the end.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, that he was found through databases which were not public. So they had to, in order to get down to him being named, databases had to be searched, which were illegal. And the FBI ended up taking responsibility for that because who can't be, there can't be any culpability for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have immunity.
Yeah.
Right? Othram was like, oh no, the FBI told us to stop investigating and give us over the sample at that point, and then they took over. So it's all in the transcript. I have the closed hearing transcript.
So it's unconstitutional how they obtained his DNA. Is that what you're saying, or how they obtained his?
No, how they did the genealogy tree, right?
Oh.
So they had to go into these databases of people's DNA. So
Is it like
how people
the Golden State, how he was caught?
Similar, yeah. So you know how there's the database of DNA, so it's like 23andMe and those sorts of things. And when you go in, you can say whether or not you want your DNA to be available for searching by these agencies. And either if you tick yes or you tick no, it goes into either the public database or the private databases. So what happened was the FBI did what's called backdooring. Sounds really rude. But did what's called backdooring, and they went in to one or two of the private databases. GenMatch
one or
Pro,
two?
I think it was called. Yeah, GenMatch Pro, I think, was the one that they went into, which they weren't allowed to go into in order to get finite down to a name, Brian Koberger, because they had I think a group of 4 people. They ended up getting down to 4 people.
Okay.
But they didn't have him yet. So they got a bit, it sort of starts off with a big group of people, and then they go down and down and down and down till they get to one person. and they couldn't get to one person unless they got more names in a database to search. And basically what happened was, in the end, they needed to go into these private databases to get to one name. And the FBI takes responsibility for that. And it was a bit of a shit show. And in the end, the prosecutor, Bill Thompson, he stood up after the plea deal was done and the sentencing was done, and he actually lied to the public. And he said that Brian Kohberger's rights were not violated and nobody else's rights were violated. And I have a clip of Andrea Burkhart saying, that's a lie. Wow. Because that's not what happened. Everybody else's rights were not violated. It was a standing issue. Brian Kohberger, his rights were not violated because he just can't invoke the rights of everybody else. So everybody else, people who put their DNA into those databases that were private, their rights were violated.
Yeah,
that's what happened. So these companies that have these databases, and you put your DNA into them and you think, I ticked the button and people can't search it. Well, the FBI can.
Yep. So they can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want. And they just got away with it in this big case. And now, because he pled, no one really cares. No one talks about it. And they get to go and do their promotional tours, and they get to go and say, oh, well, we identified Brian Kohberger. Well, no, you didn't.
She literally, I think Trisha brought that up in her stream where she had the guy on recently.
Nah, yeah, you didn't. You didn't identify Brian Kohberger because you said in court that you didn't, because you don't want to have identified Brian Kohberger. Because if you did identify Brian Kohberger, then you went into a private database. So your people got into a closed hearing and said you didn't. The FBI took responsibility for that. So
it's already, that is fascinating and terrifying, and it was already sus to me, the way that Trisha and stuff, the way she glazes this company, the way she acts like it's like the second coming, the way it's like the best thing that was ever invented. And someone was saying in the chat the other day, it's giving Elizabeth Holmes and what was it, the therapist or whatever, the way they talk about it, and it just that red flag, like, and everyone's just like, yes, oh my god, it's the best thing ever, they're gonna slurp up all this, and I'm just like, the spit and spooge place, like, what's really, I want to follow the money on that. I just want more information, and I know Crush has dug into it too.
This is the thing, and someone in chat asked about CODIS. CODIS was not a thing that could have helped with Brian Kohberger. He had no prior. So CODIS is for people who have are already in the database because they are a criminal or offender. Mm-hmm. So he wouldn't have been in the database.
Yeah. So, because like you said, no priors, then they would have nothing.
Not going to help you. Not going to help you. So Brian Kohberger pleading helped so many people in so many ways. All this stuff didn't need to come out in the public. All right, this was a closed hearing that this happened in. All there is a transcript, and you actually have to get the transcript out and read it all. And it's full of so much boring DNA stuff.
Yep.
And you saw that Cody guy on the Websleuths stream talking about
Colby. He was on the toilet. Did you see he was on the toilet? It looked like.
Was he?
Yesterday's because you guys, I was watching you guys laugh about it, and then we laughed about it over here, and it looked like on the back of a toilet. It looked like he was in a bathroom.
It does. Oh, okay. The room does look a bit like a bathroom. Yeah. Okay.
There was like the toilet bowl, the back of the toilet. It looked like that. I'm pretty sure you.
I think they have the hots for that guy so bad.
The Beardo Colby, or the one that was the one from the Hollywood one with the Emmy, because they've had two author people on now.
The guy, no, not the Hollywood guy. The guy that actually works in the lab. His name's Cody
from yesterday.
No,
Colby.
His name's Colby. Yeah, his name's Colby.
He has a beard.
Has he got a beard?
Yeah, he kind of looks like my brother. Because I was like, but my brother's not a scammer, but he looks. I don't think he goes live from the toilet that I know of.
But when he talks about all the DNA stuff, like they all fall asleep, and they're all like, okay, but yeah, they have a really nice kitchen.
Yeah. Trisha, they were talking about like, oh, it's so nice. And everyone there is
It's so nice there. Yeah, because they've got so much fucking money, Trisha.
Yes, like that should be a fucking red flag to you. People that say that they're trying to help victims and find, you know what I mean? And you have all of this money. Like that should be a red flag.
Yeah. Yeah, the fridge is so nice. The whole place is so nice because they have so much fucking money. Yeah.
So why are you asking your people to, you know, give so much to a place that already has so much? Like that's the fucked up part to me. It's like,
right?
What's
And
really going
yeah,
on?
all that stuff, because he talks about how, you know, the DNA gets from here to there, and there's an STR and an SMP and a this and a that and a snip and a snap, and they're all like, he's so cute, right? And yeah, that reading this transcript from the Koberger trial, it's like listening to him for like 3 hours.
Oh my God.
It's very boring.
I don't think I could do it. There'd be no dopamine. I couldn't, like literally my brain I couldn't read that.
It's really, really boring, but it's very eye-opening because it goes to show you exactly how they're all passing the buck between each other about how they went into these private databases and they violated Americans' rights. And no one cares.
No.
Now, because Brian Koberger pled guilty, no one gives a shit.
Yeah. Not knowing that that is so dangerous because it sets the precedent. Not that they haven't already been doing this for years, but like the fact that no one's questioning this or calling this out just means it's going to be easier for them to do that time and time again. And eventually it'll hit your doorstep and then you'll be violated, you know? Stacy Eats the Frog says, did you guys hear when Trisha in yesterday's live, when she was telling the author guy in the toilet, she's like, and it's so sterile. It should be, Trisha. It's got fucking DNA. Like, what did she expect it to look like? Her house with two mice fighting over a Dorito?
That's right.
Like, of course, they're scientists, ma'am. What are you talking
Cat
about?
turds everywhere.
There's no porch kitties, hopefully, at the fucking spooge place, Trisha. Oh my God. It's like, how could I don't understand Hella, and I know she's been around forever, but how does anyone watch her? How does she still have a platform? She doesn't know anything. It's pretty clear, like, what? And she claims to have solved something. There's no fucking way.
I hate to break it to you, Jolene, but we watch her.
Well, yeah, we do that. In a roasty way. I guess that does give her views. But I'm talking about people who actually, like, she's helping. She's a true crime sleuth. She literally, her brand is sleuthing. She can't sleuth her way out of the roof that's collapsing on top of her, out of the bag of Doritos that the mice are fighting in. Like, she can't. What?
It's just like it's a car crash you can't look away from. That's all.
We like
the way she freezes is so funny.
Oh,
and it's not Pink's fault.
No,
it's not Pink's fault. Right? It's not. And the Nightbot flirting with people and timing people out is not his fault either.
Okay, but
right?
Is Ping gone? Did Ping go, whoa, these people are...
No, he's too nice for that, right? Like God, I don't even know how he met them. Maybe he went on their website one day. I don't know. I met him completely separately from them. I didn't even know they existed. But for the very first time ever, about a week or two ago, I went into his chat and I mentioned Trisha's name. And I've never mentioned Trisha's name to him before.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's been on my channel, right?
Well, you guys know each other. You're Australian, right? You're like neighbors.
Yeah. Oh, he lives down the street, right? he actually lives about as far away from me as like California to Florida.
Oh, shit.
But yeah.
That's like me to JLR, thank God.
Yeah. But yeah, he's lovely. And I went into his chat and asked him what's going on with their Nightbot. Did you wreck their Nightbot? Did you make their Nightbot snarky? Because I saw in their chat that the Nightbot had been timing people out. And he's like, no, why? And then there were some people who were in both chats and like, oh, because it's been timing people out. And Tricia said that it must be, you must have done something to it. He's like, no, it wasn't me. I don't work there anymore.
Oh.
And I'm like,
did this recently that it was Ping?
She said it like on the stream. I heard her say it. Like she goes, oh, maybe it's Ping the router. Ping must have done it. And I heard her say it. That's why I asked Ping. I'm like, did you make her Nightbot snarky like that? And he's like, hang on, what have they done to it? I'll just ask Stacy like that. And he starts messaging Stacy. I'm like, no.
You
don't say my name.
Well, she doesn't know you, Hella, though. Remember, she doesn't know who you guys are.
That was after.
Okay.
That shit. Yeah, and I'm like, please don't say my name, Ping. No, don't say my name. Don't say my name.
Did you believe for a second though that Tricia does not know you and Dolly as you being one of the biggest channels to expose Lauren with all the receipts? She knows who you are. They all know who you are.
I don't know. I don't care. I kind of hope she does.
But the fact that she's just a liar, because of course she knows who you are. You had all the receipts on Lauren. Everybody and she's so close to that and was someone co-signing on it. And she sat up there like, I don't know. I'm like, bitch, you know.
Who these people are.
Good.
I love how your Trisha always sounds like Gollum. I just adore it. Every time.
That's my narcissist voice.
Narcissist. Good, precious narcissist.
I love it. Well, my only introduction to him was when I went back watching things and we watched I think it was the tribute to Beth B. And Ping was up there and Ping's like, yeah, and she bought me a computer. But if you listen, I don't think it was Ping saying, oh, I need this computer. I think since he works with Stacy, he was doing all this like transcription or something. His computer was taking forever for YouTube. And I think Stacy, it sounded like from the description, the way they described it, Stacy mentioned it and they knew mentioning something to Beth B like that, she would just pay because she did that with Stacy. She sent her a new computer. And then Ping's like, and then a new computer showed up. But I don't think it didn't sound like it was him who asked for it. It sounded like it was Stacy who asked so he could get a new computer. The same way Tricia went to Beth B and was like, oh, my roof collapsed. I don't know what I was going to do. So she's like, I'll move you down here. And other things that she helped with, and maybe even a lawyer for the lawsuit. So we were just like, who is this ping pong and why is he taking stuff from Stacy, or from Beth B? But I think it probably was, because Stacy's like, okay, but I did say that, that he needed some help, And
I can't imagine Ping asking for anything, but I tell you what, if he receives something from Websleuths, he probably deserves it for putting up with their shit for however long and doing work for free for them for however long.
That's
from
true.
Websleuths,
They
not
didn't pay him.
from Beth B, but from Websleuths. They probably pay him nothing. And like years ago, he says he doesn't work there, but he probably was their IT dude. And imagine being their IT dude. Imagine being an IT dude to these women.
I can't. No. They don't even know what anything is. They can barely share the screen.
She's like, I hate Bing. Why do I have Bing? It's like, lady, if you don't want Bing, just change your browser.
Who has Bing?
Who has Bing?
She's like, I hate AOL. How do I know AOL? And you're like,
what's this Netscape Navigator? Get rid of it.
Chrome, never heard of her. Like, what? Trisha?
What is this thing?
Trisha knows her name. She's a coward. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You say? That's what it is.
She'd pretend she doesn't know any of us because I think then she has plausible deniability. That's like her whole thing. That's what she does. Even when she, what I've noticed a pattern with her is when she is, saying, well, I didn't ask people for money. I just told them about my problems. And then also she did the same thing with Beth B that she did with this, Mr. H, where she reached out she saw Beth B giving a lot toward like a fund for her, whether it's a GoFundMe or her lawyer fund for this lawsuit. And then she reached out to this Beth B and said, I just want to make sure you have it. Are you not eating beans, are you? And that is just a way for her to be like, I even asked her and checked if she was okay giving me the money, which that is not what she was doing. She was establishing a relationship with someone who had a lot of money, because had that been the case, you would have checked on the first time time you got a big donation, but you were getting tons. So now you wanted to establish a relationship. So now you become friends with the person. So now there's this parasocial thing. You want to find out more about her. You want to see how much more you can suck out of her. That's how I read it. And with Mr. H, it was the same way. Well, I Googled him and found out he was a widower and that he was giving all this money because I wanted to make sure he wasn't a fraud. It's like, no, bitch, you wanted the information on him so you could befriend him and get more money. And then you got a lot of money. So I think that's Tricia's MO. If she has this, like, now she has plausible deniability. Like, I don't even know who these people are. I hear, because when I used to cover other people in like the pop culture world or like drama type stuff and the scammers over there, that's always their thing. Hella, they never watch anything. They say, someone sent me a clip. And you're like, there's no way, because you know everything that happened in that video. So you watched the content creator. But they all, and for them, it's more of like an ego thing. They don't want that person to know that they care, that it bothers them. So they're like, I don't watch it. Someone sends it to me. I would never give you the time of day. But yet they know everything they're saying. Like, it's ridiculous. So I agree with the OLoPP that Tricia never mentions names. She's a coward and she knows who we are and she wants this plausible deniability and she just wants to pretend like they just come for me. I don't pay any attention to them. Similar to Lauren Matthias. She would do I don't know these people. They're attacking me. And then you give us all these receipts. It's like, no, you know them all and you're doing some dirty shit.
You know who's sending them all the clips?
Who?
Archery Mom.
You know who I just blocked yesterday?
Did you block her?
She's annoying me. She's
just so much fun.
She's not. She started coming in my chat and I'm like, bitch, no, you're too. I think she said, is she ever going to come on? And I was like, you're done. You don't understand my time blindness. Get out of here, bitch. And I know you guys have fun with her. I don't have time for that. Okay. I do not have time to, I know she wants to be the star of the show, bitch. We already got one. Okay. We don't have time for you. We don't have time for you.
Dolly's flirting with her though. Apparently he's a prevert.
He's a pervert?
He's a prevert, not a pervert, a prevert.
Oh, prevert. A prevert.
And we're all botches.
What's botches? Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I blocked her before my live started. I saw her make a comment on me being late, and I'm like, welcome to hello. We're done now. We're done here. I've seen people roll in like that, and they try to whatever troll you're doing, it's not amusing to me. I've seen that before and I've seen it done better. If you're gonna troll me, we need a good diarrhea joke or something. I've had diarrhea trolls before. Those were funny, but not this, whatever that person is. So that person is sending clips to who?
Oh, Lauren, apparently. But we're not sure if she's a Lauren fan or a JLR fan or both, because she's sticking up for both of them.
Are you sure? And it's not just
apparently
like a troll, like a bad troll who just wants attention.
I don't know.
Strikes me as it's someone who, but I don't, you guys have dealt with her more.
Look, wait. Dolly's enjoying playing with her at the moment.
I saw
Dolly only turned up on my stream today because he was hoping she'd be there.
Well, listen, if you could have fun and turn that into, I love it. But me, I was
we're
like,
all hellas botches. Yeah, we're all botches. Yeah, and she came after Janice as well. So it's always you, Janice. Is Janice here? Always Janice. Always.
The OLoPP said archery mom said Lauren and John were true crime. This is a troll. This is a troll. There's no way this person is being legit. It's just a bad troll.
And John's apparently had a really bad life. Yeah.
Isn't he hiding under a bed or something? Something's going on. I just imagine John, he won't leave the house. I think there's like agoraphobia or something happening, which I have agoraphobia in my family. I've had, instances. I understand that. But it's just like now all of a sudden people are coming in my comments going, you can't talk about John. He's mentally ill. I'm like, we're all fucking mentally ill. Go fuck yourself. Like, I don't care.
Dude, we know.
We know. But he's letting off. He's trying to get PDF files, get them like less sentences. We know he's a sicko. I mean, it's not. We're judging the book by its cover and we're right this time. So, but for some reason there is a push recently. I don't know if you've seen it in your comments where people have been very like, you cannot touch Dr. John. I'm like, dang, he must be really going through it. Cause I just said that he ate their table the other day and people got mad about that.
It's interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's the other thing our true mom is doing. She's really upset because we have a go at his weight apparently, which we can't even remember doing that.
Who cares?
Apparently, yeah, apparently we very mean about his weight problems. And
well, I would say
we might have
lying and trying to get PDF files, less sentences, fat shaming. Which one's worse?
There's lots of things we could have a go at. I don't really remember last time we called him fat, but sure,
Yeah,
I mean, we might have.
He wanted Christina in jail. So yes, John, you're a fat ass liar who wanted to put a mom in jail. I'll say it. I don't care. As someone who can lose weight myself, like, who cares? Get over yourself. Okay.
There
like,
is that. And
whatever.
And Christina, we did say to Archery Mom, if you're friends with Lauren, you're welcome to come up and we can talk about what Lauren did to Christina. That's cool. We want to chat. Like, you can tell us Lauren's side. Let's go. We can look at some body cam too. That'd be great. We'll show Lauren eyeing Christina at CrimeCon. We can do that. Yeah, how about we do that? And you can tell us why she did that, why she tried to have Christina thrown in prison for freaking 50 years. How about we do that?
For tiki-takis.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Let's go. And also,
I bet she didn't want to click the link.
I didn't send her a link yet. Oh. Like, actually, because Darlie was like, yeah, okay, let's go. I'm like, not now.
Well, you guys felt like you're having fun with
really
it, but over here we were like, this bitch sucks. I was so done. Like, for me, I need a certain type of troll. So where it's like, it's objective, it's subjective. I need a certain type of troll to come at me. Otherwise I'm bored. Like, whatever you're doing for Lauren and John, get out of here. Like, who cares?
Oh, Christina, I like that chat.
What is this, Christina? Oh my God. Okay, so let's say Christina's able to something with Discovery. Is that something that we could get law and crime on?
Do you know what that means?
I think so.
Can't wait for a discovery to see who's behind that account.
Is it gonna go in law and crime?
And law and crime.
Can we
Guys,
get video of that?
It's been a year since April 9th. I can't believe it. Oh, she's up to something now,
Yes,
Christina.
it is the anniversary of Christina confronting Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
We're like,
our Christina is up to something.
I want Christina to have justice so badly. I want Doo-Doo Ron, Ed Gein the weirdo, Melatonin Megan, Trisha, Lauren, John, Gray Bay. I want all of those lying pieces of lying defamation losers to be called out and have to pay. Because isn't it crazy, Hella, to think? I always mention, or I've been mentioning this lately in streams, but it's something I think I didn't grasp when I first started, diving into this Lauren Matthias fake civil stalking injunction. This is something that'll follow Christina forever through like web searches and things. These people have huge platforms and they use those platforms to lie on a woman, disparage her, and it could cost her, and it could have already costed her things, and they don't care. And the evidence is out there, and you laid it out there so beautifully. Tons of people have shared it at this point. We know the truth, and still these cowards, these frauds, these bad people, these bad faith actors won't even take down the videos they did defaming Christina with all of these lies that Lauren had. How will that be? How is that legal?
It's legal, but it can bite them in the butt. There's no point in her taking it down at this point. It's been up for too long.
Yeah, and shared, and
that would be silly.
Even apologizing. Like, you could easily, Doo-Doo Ron, I say, could take a moment from exploiting Nancy Guthrie's disappearance to say, you know what, I was wrong. Him and Ed Gein could come live, and so could Trisha, but they won't.
No, because then they've got liability.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yeah.
They got liability and Lauren on their ass.
Yeah. So it would be the right thing to do.
You would,
but
think.
it wouldn't be a smart thing to do legally, that their lawyers would say. Yeah, they would be best to be very quiet.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
someone say discovery.
Someone did, and then someone was
did. Yeah.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
cannot wait to get my Justice for Christina shirt and wear it every day.
Well, it's interesting. That's another thing we need to get for Dali to bring to CrimeCon. P.S. Yes. Dali has a ticket.
He got one?
Yeah, he's got a ticket. One of our lovely subscribers, Jordan, has donated a ticket voucher to him because she got over the whole true crime scene and she doesn't want to go, and she has gone and transferred her ticket to Dali.
Isn't that how Lauren got her last ticket?
Yes, actually, didn't she? Yeah.
Wasn't that the case? And Christina had already had her ticket and her trip planned.
That's right. That's right. And so we still need we're still doing some fundraising so he can have, maybe somewhere to sleep.
Well, I mean, people paid for Tricia to go. And you know what's weird? People paid for Tricia to go and she still slept in a room with Melatonin Megan. What?
That's true. Why would you?
What did you do with that money, Tricia? Again, we're asking, how did you get a full paid trip and all this and you still had to share a room with Melatonin Megan, which I'm sure Melatonin Megan paid for? I just have a feeling.
Indeed. But also, actually, I don't know if you follow Nick Starrow's channel. He's our lawyer friend from Sweden.
Kind of introduced us, and I checked out his channel, and in a weird thing where two worlds collide, one of the scammers that I used to expose was on his channel doing Legos.
Do you know Jeremy Hale?
No.
Who was a scammer?
John Yates.
Okay. I don't know.
He's a 90-Day Fiance blogger. He's racist, toothless loser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he was doing Lego, though?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
right.
I think he was on John Yates' channel, so I was like, is this guy legit? Because everyone knows John Yates is the biggest scammer grifter, like Tricia level, but like more violent.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm doing the Lego thing. Dali and I are doing the Lego thing on the Lego channel in a week or so.
Well, maybe give him the heads up. Say, hey, you might want to look into that John Yates guy because it's all over the internet and a lot of the videos are mine. Oh yeah, there was a whole like cancel him, like racist, just all the bad stuff, taking advantage allegedly of older women.
But they've already done the Lego thing with him.
Yeah, and after he was exposed and after he was allegedly canceled. So maybe I don't know how we found him.
They probably would have had comments and stuff. They do interviews with all sorts of people, and they often find out afterwards that there's something
what it could have
going
been
on.
is this guy used to be involved with a lady named Addie who was like an original moderator or something on I think it was Long Crime, and then she like her and a friend might have came up with that channel and then they sold it to them or something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he heard about him from her and thought, oh, this is legit because it's a lady who used to be associated with Long Crime, but now that lady even hates John Yates. So I don't know. But so one time I think when I was in your chat and you had him up and I was like, oh, this guy seems nice, but he looks familiar. It's so weird. And then you said subscribe to him, Joleen. So I subscribed and I go, wait a second. And I was like, oh no, it's this lawyer guy that I remember when it happened. And I think I saw Rainbow in here and she knows. Yeah. She has been followed through all of that stuff with John Yates. He's homeless and toothless now.
So that was probably David, Making Law Simple, who was running the Lego stream.
Okay.
And he doesn't know that much about everyone he interviews. He interviews lots of
here it is.
people.
Rainbow says because John Yates' mod Wendy is on the Lego channel. Wendy who, Rainbow? I don't remember him having a mod named Wendy. But I haven't followed him for a while, so.
Yeah. Don't judge David on everyone that he interviews. He interviews a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I get it because people, I don't know everything about everyone whose channel I might say, hey, if I see one video, I might go, you guys go check out this video. I can't vouch that they're great people who aren't gonna, come stab you. I wish I could, but so
I say that a lot too. It's just like, just because I say have a look at this video doesn't mean I support them. But anyway, I just put a link in chat to Nick Starrow. That's another lawyer friend of ours.
After I've disparaged him, apologies.
No, that's not him. It's a different lawyer.
Oh, different.
We got lots of lawyer friends.
There
We got lots of lawyer friends. This guy's from Sweden, and he is running a fundraiser on Friday night.
Is this the beard guy?
Yeah,
He seems nice. Is that who you were talking about the whole time? And then I was talking about someone else.
Yeah, but they're friends too, like they're best mates.
Okay. Yeah, he seems nice.
And probably
cute.
David will be on there too. So
Okay,
as in making something, he'll probably be there too. So the Slightly Buzz show, that's what I just sent you the link to in private chat. And that will be at 5 p.m. Eastern. It will be CrimeCon fundraiser for Dali to go incognito to CrimeCon. And he's really good. Nick is really good at raising money for anything, like any fundraiser whatsoever. And yeah, I was on his panel last week because he does these Friday night things. And I was like, oh, can I just do a little grift for Dali to go to CrimeCon? And he goes, how about we do a whole fundraiser next week? And I'm like, okay.
Aw, that's sweet.
I know, because if anyone gets slapped with a civil stalking injunction at CrimeCon, we need to document it.
Right? We do.
Yeah,
if anyone
do.
now are you guys gonna do a grift for some meta glasses too? For Dolly?
Yeah. Mate, if we can raise enough money, I'll go.
Oh my gosh. People are like, Jolene, you should go to CrimeCon. I'm like, no way, Jose. I don't even go to BravoCon when I cover like the pop culture stuff. The only con I want to go to is Buffy the Vampire Slayer con. That's the only one I want to go to. Okay, so here is the stream, and I'm gonna share a link for it. And the Slightly Buzz show. Sorry, let me take down this comment here. Thank you, Rainbow. Okay. And it is, let me subscribe to him and let me give it a like and let me share the link as well. Okay.
You should come on. It'll be fun.
When is this?
5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Will I be that? The question is, will I have moved my live to that time?
If you're not streaming, I'll send you a link.
Okay.
If you're around.
Yeah. Send me a link.
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, yeah. Send me a link, and if I'm around and if I'm not streaming or something, then for sure. Okay, let me make sure
because we'll probably talk a bit about the reason he's going and what happened last year. And Christina in chat, I was looking at your shorts on YouTube, and there's a really good one about it's like a wrap up of what happened to you. I think it was you making your CrimeCon experience into a reality show or something. That's what you called it. And you start by going to the Aurora PD and telling them that you're there. And then you get served. There's a body cam of you getting served. And then there's you hanging out with your friends. And then you saying, Lauren's going to get you arrested. And then there's the time at the bar where the cop comes up to you and you're like, she just spotted me. There's that moment. And the cop coming up and taking you away. And so I feel like I want to play that on this stream and show the people who have never seen it, and also a bit of the 9 Hour Live as well. So I just want to
that's a good idea.
Yeah. I want to give people a little bit of an idea of what happened.
I love that.
Yeah. Cause it's like 6 months ago now. And yeah, just like show people that some shit went down at the last one, and Lauren is getting to just go back and pretend like nothing happened.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
It's very annoying that that's what's happening, and I would, Nick will probably roast Lauren a fair bit because he did at the time, and this will remind him. I'm also going to bring up the worker bees email, the one from Bobby Joe, because that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. A homicide detective. Oh my God. And it was so bad. You guys, I put a link for this. I'll make sure that I'm not live when this is live, because I want everyone to go over there and support it. Because this is technically Saturday then, right? Because you'll be, right? Or is
no, I mean, I always talk in US time.
Oh, you do? Okay. So I'll make sure that I'm not live at this time. and go over there. And I put the link. It's in the chat. And then I also put it in the description, as well as a link if you're not already subscribed to Hella, which I hope you guys are. Also put, I got to add Dolly. I put Cresha's channel on there. Who else did I put on there? TheOLoPP. Let's see. Let me put Dolly Talk. Okay, we got that. So I have all the links in the description there for you guys. That sounds like a really fun, great idea.
He's so nice. He always whenever anyone needs anything, he's always like, "We'll do a fundraiser stream." So
I
okay.
think his beard. I think he looks like a nice person.
He's cute. And he has a cute cat called Jingles.
Well, if he's a cat, then he's good peeps. He's good people.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh my God, Helen, will you come on more? I know that I'm kind of like last second, like, here's my link. Hopefully you're not doing anything. You're like, hello, I have a life,
Only if you come on mine more.
Oh my God, I would love to. And you sent me a link. It's you know what the thing is, the struggle for me right now in my ADHD and my perimenopause is just even getting on my own link is a struggle for me right now. I'm just like sweating and tired and lost and I swearing at the world. Like that's what I'm doing right now. And literally while we were live here talking, my husband and I have been playing Temperature Wars again. He's downstairs. Now I bumped it down to 60. Now, oh, nope, he bumped it back up to 70. So I got to go talk to him and be like, listen, Chell, I love you, but I'm about to blow this place up. Okay. Because I am sweating my ass off over here. But.
Yes. We need to hang out often. We need to just be like, here's a link that you can have. You know how
I don't know how to do that. What you did?
No. Okay, you set up one of those recurring studio things in StreamYard. I can.
I've never done that.
Yeah. So when I was running the Corey Richmond stuff, and I sent you a link, and I said, "This is the same link every day."
Yeah,
it was the same link every day.
I think I didn't. I was
Lori Hellis could pop on whenever she wanted to.
Is that a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, I love it. I love it.
I know, right? It's pretty good. Thank you
good.
so much.
Yes, Hella. We will talk very soon. You guys go subscribe to Hella over at Excited Utterance. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, friend. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that so much. That was so great. Oh my God. We definitely have to do that more, especially because it's not only fun to talk to her, but she's also so smart and I learn shit about all of this, which is so helpful for me as I'm navigating this, trying not to look like a complete fool. Okay. And I appreciate all you guys like Kelly earlier helping me with that because obviously I pulled up the wrong thing and I have some super chats here to recognize. Tortoise, always good to see you, says, what do we make of her remonetizing? Did Othram watch the show and demand that she use super chats so they have a record? Ooh, that would have been a question. Sorry for me to ask and get Hella's opinion on as well. I don't know. The remonetization thing is interesting also given the fact that around this same time, within 6 months, she's taking a deceased subscriber's longtime friend to court for fraud on her as her beneficiary and as estate stuff. So that is weird. And now reading into this civil lawsuit from 2013 with Susan Pruitt. Is Tricia having more money issues? There's a lot of questions I have around this. And yeah, it could be that, all of the begging and she was doing for Othram, she wasn't really hitting the numbers. That's what we would always make fun of, is that she wasn't hitting the numbers she needed to hit for Othram. Because she's like, come on, you guys, you got to get over there. The DNA solve, spin spooge. They just says, come on. They need $7,500 to solve each one of these people. You're leaving these people unsolved. So maybe she wasn't hitting her MLM numbers. I don't know. But yeah. And did Othram watch the show and demand that she use super chats? They have a record. It's interesting because Tricia is saying, again, this is another claim that would be so interesting to know how that worked. She'll never tell us, but for us to get some discovery on this of how it's going directly to them, because she made it a point to say Othram is getting this money. It's not touching me. I'm not touching it, which would be damn near impossible unless Othram is now listed as the owner of her channel. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my understanding of how it works. So Othram would have to be, she'd have to have changed what she initially how she initially signed up with her channel, which, you know, you can do under, I guess, if you want to put it under an LLC. I did that with a channel I had with my friend. We moved it over to an LLC. But it's like, then she's in business with, I don't know the specifics of it, but I do wonder, is it really, or is it hitting her and then going to them? Because again, YouTube's going to take its percent. And then that would mean Othram has a direct deposit set up from frickin' Tricia's YouTube account and Google AdSense, and it's going to them. And I don't know. I would need someone smarter than I in this to tell me in these financial forensics and YouTube and all that. Tortoise, thank you for the $1.99. Says, okay, I'm obviously behind. No worries. Jackie, thank you for gifting a membership to the channel. Appreciate that. Congratulations to whoever received that. Just Jamie's been a member for 4 months. Thank you so much, my 2 fave ladies. Jackie coming in with a 10. Say, loving this stream. Thank you both. Thank you. I appreciate that. MTZ says, Jolene, MIDI is available online for HRT. I get that. Advertised to me all the time, this MIDI. And I think I just saw Amy Schumer doing MIDI commercials. So I'll definitely have to check something out, because this is miserable. And I could have 10 years of this. What the? No one even told me perimenopause. I feel like we're not educated on this shit. I wasn't, at least. And when I talked to a lot of my friends, I just thought it was menopause. But no, menopause is only when you stop having your period. And it seems like a lot of these doctors now, they are like, well, if you're still having your period, there's not much we can do. And I'm like, what? What do you mean there's not much you can do? And I think it all comes down to what insurance companies want to cover. And they don't want to cover. They don't give a shit about women. And they don't want to cover us being able to have you know, the proper blood work. And then also your blood work could look fine, but you still have symptoms. So there's all these things. I mean, again, we're dealing with a society, especially in the United States. I don't know how it works in other countries, where we know more about, you know, erectile dysfunction and male hair loss than we do menopause, perimenopause, endometriosis, like these serious things that affect women. I'm not saying that not being able to get a boner, I guess that's serious, but I'm sweating my balls off, my ovaries off over here, okay? Among other things. And they do very little research into that. But heaven forbid a dude go bald. You know, we got all the pills for them. Thank you, Jackie says, that's awesome idea, Hella, and bring it all together for people. Yeah, we need a reminder. True Crime Sushi, love your channel name. Keep with the super sticker. Thank you so much. And Fire and Ice, thank you. 4 months, thank you so much. By far one of my favorite streams, you and Hella. That was so fun. I had so much fun. Miss Chaos, good to see you. Thank you for being around for 3 months. As best live with you and Hella together. Thank you. Now we need the Hella and Hellas and Lunzer. So we lead or since my married last name, even though I never changed it legally, is Hernandez, it could be the Hellas and Hernandez, Lunzer Hernandez, technically. The law firm of Hellas and Hernandez. That could be fun. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And thank you for all of the tips of who to check out. Feel free to inundate my comment section with all of the things that have worked for you. Let's share all of the secrets with each other for all the things we go through as ladies, because damn, I'm crabby. I'll tell you that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like this.
I'm in a mood. Don't fuck off. I apologize.
I'm in a mood. Don't fuck off. I apologize. Shout out to my bestie, Jonathan, who that clip came from when I misread his comment and I went off on him one time. And then I was like, oops, sorry. I read that wrong. Anywho. All right. You guys are wonderful, beautiful pumpkin spice babies. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will be back tomorrow. I would love to say same time, same place, but I would be lying to you. It'll be the same place. Probably not the same time, but make sure your notifications are on. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, morning, wherever you are in the world. And always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you see.